Stark naked, doing unspeakable acts to the skulls that he finds.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Fairly Adventurous. After our long hiatus from Halo 2, we are back in D&D, but specifically the 2024 rulebook, which not everyone will probably enjoy. There's been a lot of I don't know if I like this online. So we're here to test it out. And if you have not seen it or played it or don't know how you feel about it, maybe this will give you an idea of whether or not you want to adopt these rules, because we are going to try and stick as close as possible to rules as written. We've just got a little dungeon crawl for you guys, probably about anywhere from 6 to 8 sessions is my guess. But at the same time, I'm playing with the men that I'm playing with. We have Andrew from Papa Panawan. We have Melvin, who is back with us, and we're so glad that he's back. And we have Jevin, who is also back with us from Halo 2. Thank you guys for joining me. We are, like I said, we are fairly adventurous. We're average guys, play tabletop games for our own enjoyment, and hopefully yours as well. And we will get to it. So this is a dungeon dive of my own design. I'm going to put the player's tokens here. Why did I do that? That's the wrong button. I'm just going to click over here and pull this and pull them from here, because I actually don't know if they saved on Roll20. So, Jedi Panda from Papa Panda 1 dropping in, and let me save this for you. Whoops. And I know you guys can't see this yet because you aren't on the players. Here. There we go. Bottom left corner, gents. Bottom left corner. Controlled by... What's your character? What's your name now? Locke?
Right, Locke.
Locke. Oh God. All right, he's caught me.
I warned you.
Melvin, even though Milo is dead, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen season 1, I guess.
Baby. My baby boy.
Yeah, that beautiful baby boy. But he's still using his token. So, are you Torn now or Fladnag? No, you're
Torn's me. You're
Torn. All right, Flag. Gandalf. I forgot. Jevin told me about this. Jevin, for his first time playing D&D, went with the D&D trope of just choosing a Lord of the Rings character's name and putting him backwards. I forgot.
That is correct. If it's a one-shot, I don't even care.
No, it's a Toy Mono tradition, it is.
Now, if you watched Halo 2, Jevin just used Chase's token for that game. But I thought he needed his own token for this. And so I chose the thing that looks closest to you in real life that I could find, Jevin.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Are you thinking like
you're a Chad
or after?
No, that'd be Chad. Look at that Chad right there.
I will take that.
Petition to rename his character Chadicus.
That's up to him. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. No. I petition denied because we cannot force him to name something that would be that and potentially a dead naming situation. Rules is written.
I'm offended. I'm offended by you being so offended.
God, what a dumb thing to put in the rules. We probably all just got canceled, too.
Probably.
Like, look, you guys find it offensive. I'm sorry. It's just funny to me. Because here's the deal. And this is my soapbox for the evening, and then we'll move on. Normal adults can talk about this thing. Mature adults can talk about this stuff and have a grown conversation. And say, hey, just so you know, I'm kind of sensitive about this topic. I'd appreciate it if we avoided it. They don't need to do this and then say, I'm triggered, we need to move on. Because that totally messes with the DM's game. Because if the DM had something written around that and doesn't find out about it till in the middle of the game, then that can pose a problem. Whereas rational adults can discuss these things potentially ahead of time or maybe at the table and work it out together. That's my problem with it. So I do make fun of it, and I will not stop. So just so you know, If you have to unsubscribe, I understand.
Fake
all right.
news. Rational adults can't talk.
That's true too.
Rational
That is
adults don't
really
exist.
giving a lot of credit to the human population in America right
The
now.
humankind.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's that great quote by Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black? A person is smart. People are dumb, stupid, panicky animals.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. All right. We're gonna get going here. So, gentlemen, allow me to set the stage. Has everyone? By the way, does everyone see where they're at
Yes.
on the screen? You guys found it. Okay. You gentlemen are very simple men. You like gold. You like jewels. And you have heard that there is this deep, dangerous dungeon that has both of those things. Unfortunately, no one who has gone in has ever returned. But those people are what you call weak. And you men are strong. So you're going in there to seek your fortunes and to come out with, hopefully, wealth beyond your imagination. And also, so for those of you at home, these are level 4 characters that we're playing with. They have no magic items starting out, but I stocked the dungeon with absolute, like, mad levels of it for a party of this size. Now, that does not guarantee you'll find everything, or that you'll kill everything required to gain all of those items. But they're there. They're there for the taking. What I did is I asked these guys...
try.
I asked these guys for a wish list of stuff they wanted in the game. I didn't give them everything. I put in a few items of my own desire, but I gave them quite a few. I gave them quite a few of your guys' things that you asked for. There's quite a few things in here. There's a few additional things that I wanted to put in. There's health potions pretty much all over the place, just in case you need it. Because I have asked them not to save scum me, and not to ask for a long rest every other encounter or every encounter. So this is really a testing thing for us, because Season 2 of Coasthold will be recording here in about 5 months, and I want to know what this system can do. So I'm not going to intentionally kill them. I am, however, going to put them through their paces, and we're going to see what this thing can do. So here we go. Gentlemen, you find yourself at the beginning of the dungeon, having already walked a modest way through a stone tunnel into a caveside, into a mountainside rather. And you start to approach an area with 2 lit torches. And I will let you know, I'm just going to let you guys go from there. I'm going to let you guys tell me what you do. It does appear that in this area, there seems to be writing on this wall over here.
Okay.
From this distance, can we tell what language the writing is in?
Not from that distance. It's the writing is in a 1 foot section of the wall. It's not like plastered all over it.
Gotcha.
Can we tell what language it could be in, or is it hard to decide?
It is just script from here.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Unreadable at this distance.
Undeterminable at this distance, right? What I'll say is it definitely looks like
that's
it's
better word.
It definitely looks like it's in a script that you could be familiar with. It's not like if you looked at ancient Greek and all you saw was symbols, right? It's probably a script that a humanoid race is familiar with.
Gotcha. Well, gents, how about I go ahead and just take a quick look at what's up there?
Yeah, you go for it.
By the way, if you love Andrew's voices, go watch his playthrough of Chrono Trigger, where he does a new voice for like every NPC in the game. And remembers them. Like, he'll go 4 episodes without seeing them, and he's like, oh, how did I do that voice? And then it's exactly the same. It's great, Andrew. I really love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Missed calling.
Yeah.
So I'd like to make myself approach the wall there, but do real careful, like, you know. I don't want to keep my eyes peeled for any traps and whatnot. Don't want to find myself in a bit of Barney.
Good lord.
That's actually a great idea.
All right.
So, am I able to approach carefully without needing to roll, or do I need to roll?
Well, tell me what you're like you're just approaching step by step, or are you actually trying to look at stuff as you go up?
So I am. I was gonna say I am very carefully as I kind of take a step forward. I am keeping my eyes peeled for, let's just say, for the 10-foot section in front of me at least. Perception check to ensure there isn't any traps or whatnot as I try to get closer to the wall.
All right.
Don't want to step on a pressure plate or trip over a wire, that kind of thing.
All right, go ahead and make me a perception check.
All right. And it is well lit in here, right?
This area is. The torches are getting well lit out to this distance. But beyond the
sure,
walls,
one of the rare times I'm not playing a character with dark vision. One of the rare times. Although I do have blind sense, thanks to a feat. However, that was woohoo! First roll, real great. That's going to be a total of 8.
8? Man, that cave looks so similar. That cave looks like it was perfectly carved out by the gods.
Right then, still just, feeling pretty confident here. Right.
You're doing great.
So, do I get an idea of what the script is from this distance, or
Yes.
do I need to be right up to it?
No. From that distance, it's pretty readable. It seems to be. There's Elvish on the left, English, Common on the right, and Dwarvish on the or Common in the middle and Dwarvish on the right, and you can pretty well read it out from here.
All right. Well, of those 3 languages, I only know the Common. So, what's it say, Governor?
Okay.
Guys, I'm going to be dead by the end of this session.
What it says is the shield goes before the bow, but after the axe. The axe is above the sword, which is not green. The hammer is above the bow.
Well, I only got one sentence.
Me too.
Oh, did it cut out?
Well, no. I mean, I'm trying to write it down because.
Oh yeah. All right, let me know when you're ready.
So, shield goes before the sword, but after the axe.
No.
Was that the first?
The shield.
Dang it.
The shield goes before the bow, but after the axe.
Bow, not sword. Gotcha.
After the axe.
Bow, but after the axe. All right. Second line.
The axe is above the sword, which is not green.
Which is not green. Okay.
The hammer is above the bow.
Above the bow. Okay. Right then. So, just call back there. Right, so we've got 3 different languages here. Right here we got Common. Says the shield goes before the bow, but after the axe. The axe is above the sword, which is not green, and the hammer is above the bow. That's it. I don't know if what's on either side is the same as what's here, or if we need. And any of you gents happen to have some expanded linguistical capabilities?
I do, I guess, follow behind the same path he takes.
Okay.
Just in case.
Sure.
Smart.
To get help.
He didn't get incinerated walking this path.
Yes.
Right.
Who knows? And you said the other 2 languages. So I do speak all 3.
You speak all 3.
Oh.
And you can tell from this distance with the lighting and everything, it is word for word translation.
Okay. Right then. So you're saying it's the same on either side?
It looks to be exactly the same on both.
Oh, nifty. We got ourselves a bit of a Rosetta Stone. That's a reference that shouldn't make sense in this setting.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I mean, you continue reading this over and over again, maybe you'll learn what bow is.
Right? I know me Elvish. I know how to say 3 whole words.
Yes.
I dabble.
Right then. So, obviously, it seems to be some kind of riddle. Oh, anybody see any shields or bows or anything else around here in this here corridor? I didn't notice because I was trying to make sure I didn't, get in trouble getting up here.
I'm an idiot. I'm looking.
Oh.
I'm looking in the Dungeon Master's Guide for basic gameplay stuff. I thought I had the PHP. Sorry. Continue.
You're like, why does none
You're
of this
like,
make sense?
why? You're like, why does the PHP have all this lore about the gods? It makes no sense.
That's dumb.
The only person I know who reads this stuff is Andrew.
I guess switches.
So yeah,
Is there anything else in here with us?
Yeah, we would
I
like
have
to.
a shield.
All right, you got a shield. I've
I've got a shield.
You got a shield. I got myself a sword of sorts.
I don't have
Dagger
any
could
of
count
these
as an
things
even
listed.
smaller sword. Right then, so let's check the rest of these walls. I don't think we really gave the rest of them quite the gander that we ought to. So I believe we would like to investigate and/or attempt to perceive the walls to see if we can find shield, bow, axe, hammer,
Can I also
sword.
get down on my stomach or on my side and see if I can see anything weird about the tiles or
Absolutely.
if the reach requires across
Absolutely. Fall prone.
the floor? Falling prone.
All right. Gentlemen, you hear just a clank as the fighter in armor just gets down on the ground and is like looking at the edge of the tiles. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay. Also,
Look at
first time
it.
player here. What die is that?
That's a D20. Everything is I'm so sorry. Everything is a D20 unless it's damage die. So that D20 that you got there, that's just keep that handy. That's everything.
Yeah, and anytime you're told to make an ability check, a saving throw, an attack, those are all known as D20 tests in this edition of the game. So you roll your D20, take the number that's rolled, and then add any relevant modifiers you may have. So, Jacob, what were you having him roll again?
Perception check.
Perception. So you would, on your character sheet, assuming it was built
Oh, thank
correctly.
God. Plus 1 on there. Okay. It's a T10. 39 plus 1.
There we go. That's it. Believe it or not, 10's not bad.
That's
really not.
average.
That is actually pretty good.
It is average. Fifth edition and 5.5, 5.2024, whatever we want to call this edition of the rules. 1 D&D.
5.5.
5.5. It was built technically with the idea of what's known as bounded accuracy, because previous editions got some crazy modifiers and numbers got arbitrarily high. So, in general, a 10 is considered perfectly average. For what's known as a difficulty class, you have to kind of roll the same number or above whatever the difficulty is to succeed. So a 10 is considered average, 15 is considered moderately difficult, 20 is considered pretty difficult, a 5 is considered very easy, a 25 is really, really difficult, and a 30 would be nigh impossible. Because since we're doing rules as written, for all you people at home who love the homebrew rule that a nat 20 always succeeds no matter what, that's not how it works.
Nope.
That's only for attack rolls. Saving throws and ability checks, if you roll a 20, but you still don't have enough bonuses to get to the right number, you still fail. You may not fail spectacularly, you may get this close. But a nat 20 doesn't mean that
There are
you
no
can
nat 20s in
seduce
skill
a
checks.
dragon.
Yeah, there are no nat 20s in skill checks, only attack rolls.
Yeah.
All right.
One of the most common homebrew rules, though, is people are like, yeah, nat 20 just means it works.
No.
And then they
I
complain
refuse.
about it derailing their campaign.
Right. All right. That's why I was refused. I was like, no, not doing it.
And while Jacob's looking stuff up, I'll also just quick bit of advice to any aspiring DMs out there. The rules state it, but most people forget it. If you think something should work, don't have the players roll for it.
Right.
You don't have to roll for absolutely everything. asking for a roll of your players means you think there is a chance for failure, and specifically, there are consequences for said failure.
Or you just want them
Even
to
if
roll.
the or you, fair
Which
enough,
just
you
happens.
just want
Like
them to feel
like sometimes there is a reason to ask for a roll, right? Like sometimes there's like, hey, you're not gonna find anything, but I don't want you. I like if I just said you walk down the hall, no search required, and then I say, and then someone says like later on in the game, you walk down the hall and there is a trap there, but I don't want you to know that there's a trap there or something. Sometimes there's like
Right.
there's reasons. Experienced DMs will figure this out, but for you, we're talking to you inexperienced DMs right there. If you don't have to have rolls, you don't have to. Anyway,
it also means that if a player insists on something like, oh, we're meeting with the king, I want to, I don't know, I want to persuade the king to hand me the kingdom, to go ahead and make me his heir or whatever. In no way do you have to say yes to that. You can literally say, nope, it's not happening. I don't care what your bonus is. There's no way it's going to work. Don't even bother rolling. I don't care what I don't care if you could roll a nat 20 and get a total of 100. It's not going to happen. Don't roll. Don't bother.
yeah. All right. Anyway, so you get down. You rolled a 10. You did not notice anything specifically strange about the tiles in front of you. They seem pretty. They seem to be what you would expect for a stone cave carved out, right? Like they aren't all perfectly level, but they don't seem to be like strangely higher or lower than any of the others.
Okay.
Other than the two light sources, is there anything else in the room with us? So just the walls and the lights.
Yeah, just the wall, the words carved into the stone, carved, not on a plaque or anything, just carved. Although well carved, and then the two torches on your left and right.
Right then, is there anything odd about the writing itself? Like some of these, like are shield, bow, axe. Do they seem to be written differently, or perhaps is there are they colored at all? I'm just trying to figure out if there's nothing else in this hallway other than this script and these torches.
All of the weapons are capitalized.
Right, all the weapons are capitalized, so that seems significant.
Okay.
Shield goes before the bow.
SBA.
Ah. A.
AS.
S.
HB.
HB. That's all just bubble to me.
Bap.
I was like, I don't know what you're trying to spell, but
Might be it spells something in Elvish or Dwarvish.
so you take the common letters and turn it. Well, gents,
Oh,
if
gosh.
there's nothing else going on in here, left or right?
Did I miss a description that there were doors to either side? Because
No,
whoops.
but I'm sorry. Here, I thought I left enough here. I really didn't though.
I just assumed those little.
Yeah, that's
interspaces were-
there's enough light that you can see passageways. Sorry, I
Gotcha.
thought I left a little. I should have left a little bit more
Okay.
gap there.
So I did see something there, but I assumed that was like, oh, these are like maybe a closed wall, like some
No.
sort of wall that needs to be opened or something. Oh, okay.
No, it's
I was trying not to metagame too much.
No, that's my bad.
That's on
There's
me too for
passageways to the left and
assuming,
right.
too.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
no, that
All right.
you assumed correctly. That's my
All
bad.
right.
That's my error.
Well, since there isn't anything here in this particular hallway, we ought to probably explore down one of these two. I don't think it's smart for us to necessarily attempt to split the party. So, which direction do you think we all should go? Left or right?
When in doubt, I always say left it out. I don't always say that. I don't know why that just came from.
I would have committed to that.
An odd-
I would have committed to that. That was awesome.
It's an odd way of putting it, but all right then. Left's good for me. If it's all right with y'all, I think I'll go ahead and take point. That said, our friendly giant there. Why don't you go ahead and take the rear and try to be extra quiet, if you can.
I'll do the best that I can.
Oh, is he the giant? Okay, cool.
Of course, I say giant. I
He
guess we
wants a
didn't actually
giant in
introduce
his
our
rear,
characters.
and he wants him to be quiet about
Didn't really introduce our characters. Quick description: my character Locke is a halfling.
That
So
explains the voice.
yeah, he's a
racist.
halfling, and quite frankly, just about anybody would be anybody that's not a fellow small size species as him. He might refer to as a giant. That said, I know
That's
something
sizist.
about Jevon's character that makes that good grief. Don't care. Get wrecked, Snowflake. Anyways,
Oh my god.
I'm gonna make sure we get canceled. I'll never enjoy YouTube fame.
Anyway,
Gosh.
all right, keep going.
Oh man. All right. So right, well, like I said, actually, Milo, you want to? Sorry, Marvin. I keep wanting to call you because it's what's in Discord. Would you,
Torn now.
what
I
are
can
you?
Change that. Torn's just a human.
Just a human? Cool.
Yep.
Works for
Just a
me.
human.
All right. So
All right.
maybe let's go in order of size. Smallest first.
More bars and more
Perfect.
places.
So
It's Flagnad or Nag.
Yeah, Fladnag
Fladnag.
is a Goliath fighter champion who was raised on the farm before he went off to become a trained fighter.
Okay, so the giant thing makes sense now.
yeah.
What a Chad.
What a Chad.
Oh, and
What a
that does
Chad.
too.
All right. So
But yes, I agree with the why did I forget that word? The order that we are marching. Marching
order.
the marching order.
Aren't you in the
All right.
military?
I just woke up.
All
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Well, you really can't see very much out past this point. The walls kind of block the torchlight from here.
Gotcha.
I would say that, let's see, there's about 20 feet and 20 feet. So I would say that there is probably 1, 2, 3, 4 dim light out to this point from the left wall, but not much past that point.
Right. Before
And we can't take the torches.
Well, we should have some torches. Well, we since we are going purely by rules as written, no customization. All of us have a starting pack that would have torches, so we could easily light our torches from the torches on the wall. I was actually going to ask though, right? Any of you lot? I know we don't know each other very well, haven't worked exactly very much with each other. You, I see, sporting yourself a shield, so you probably want both your hands available. I know that if things get a little sticky, I prefer to have both my hands available. How about you, sir? Do you prefer having both your hands available in the event that things get dire?
I don't need them. But
Right. Then I volunteer you
We'll
to
see
go
what
ahead and
happens.
carry the torch so we don't stumble blind.
Easy. I just pull the torch out of my pack, and as he said, use the ones
Okay.
on the wall to light it.
Okay. Go ahead and mark one torch off of your sheet then.
You should
and-
have like 10. Those packs come with a lot.
20 feet
Yes, it does.
radius. I can't remember. How do you get it to show to everybody?
You got it. Oh wait. I
You
can
see it because it's you. Does everyone else see it? Probably not.
You should see the.
I
I
do
don't know
not.
what ellipses are called vertically.
Player permission
but-
C. Save.
There we go. Hey.
Now I can see him.
So
Alright.
that's our bright light radius.
That's your bright light radius.
Perfect. All right. So we're going to be sticking real close together if we're going to keep the same marching order since he's our actual source of light. How fun to have an entire party without dark vision.
Or the light
Yes.
cantrip.
It like never happens.
In a
I
dungeon
didn't think
crawl.
that far.
in a dungeon crawl.
All
It's
right.
amazing. All right, well, just gonna keep it real,
Onwards we go.
nice and slow, real simple. We just take it real easy here. Hopefully, we can find ourselves a Dunkin'.
Oh,
Like the
what?
coffee shop.
A Dunkin'. I don't promise that I'll be using them all entirely correctly, but in preparation for this character, I found several examples of what's known as the Cockney rhyming slang to use with this character. It's going to be my
It's gonna be
substitute
really
for Thieves'
great.
Cant.
Ones are doing no.
All right.
In case we have any viewers from across the pond.
Real quick, what's your passives, everyone? Insight, or no, I guess I don't really need insight. Really, just passive and stealth and perception.
Passive stealth for Locke is 18. Perception is 14.
Okay.
Don't know if you care about passive investigation.
I'll take it just in case.
Passive investigation is 15.
Okay.
What is the math you're doing to get past it?
So passive is assuming you roll a 10. It's like, hey, let's assume you
10
roll a
plus
10 on
your
the
skill
d20
mod.
and then plus your modifiers and whatnot.
So you want it the 3 or the 3 again?
In
Passive stealth.
stealth, perception, investigation, spy.
Okay. So 12 for stealth. 15 for perception.
Okay.
And 10 for investigation.
10 for investigation. Okay, go ahead.
Jevin, I see you shaking your head. Don't worry, you're a fighter. You're not meant to be the skill master.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's really great. I've got
Also-
11 stealth.
Well, hang on.
You're at disadvantage.
Perception.
I was gonna say so 11 stealth is assuming your +1 dexterity gets to be applied because you're in heavy armor. You are at disadvantage, which rules as written when dealing with passives means you add a -5 modifier to that.
Oh,
What?
great.
Yes,
So
you're a 6.
the
That's
approximate.
take me to a 6.
Yeah.
Perception is an 11. And investigation is a 9.
Very good.
I lose 1.
All right. As you
He
do
has
more-
a specific
not
set
the
of
neck
skills.
crack.
These are not them.
Yeah. I'm real smart, guys.
You sure do think you are.
Oh crap! Hold on, I forgot something. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm already having fun. I've never.
I have
actually
no
tried
idea
to-
how to play this character, so it will be very fun.
I am trying very hard not to ask you what your character is because I don't want to backseat play.
I mean, did we not put it in the group chat?
Oh, did you put in the? Did we? Did we?
I don't- Maybe.
It's been a
I
while.
mean, I don't personally
Oh, he did.
like if you
Oh
want to
crap!
know it. Like I'm going.
Oh
I
my
went with-
gosh! You're playing what I'm going to be playing in season 2. Cool.
That-
I was trying not to because it's like, well, maybe because we're using the new rules and the new addition subclasses, I kind of made the assumption that you were going to go with the newest one.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. I really wanted to, because they made such a change to that subclass. I was really excited
Yeah.
to try it. So.
All right, here we go. What do you guys? Let's move. What are we doing?
Yep. Oh, right. Well, we were waiting for you to get back. So.
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry.
Because again, we're doing this by 5-foot increments, sir.
Okay.
We're literally
Making like
the Scooby-Doo tiptoes.
okay. As you
Yeah.
Blink.
We're trying. We're trying to not
Alright.
be obvious about anything.
as you
We're level 4. We're assumed to be seasoned to a small degree.
yeah. As you kind of poke the torch around the corner, there's your bright light section. You see dim light. It does seem like there's an open. The area opens up a little bit. Andrew, go ahead and make me a perception check from where you stand.
Here's hoping I roll better than last time. Oh, yay! I get to actually use I rolled a nat 1, but I'm a halfling. I get to re-roll.
Ah,
Sorry. I'm so excited.
No, that's
Never
great
seen somebody get
ability.
excited about a nat 1, have you? Oh, if I can actually hit my
I mean,
dice
I get
tower.
excited when you guys roll nat ones all the time.
Now, one of us will never
No,
have one.
it gets better. 2 nat 1s in a row, so my total is a 5.
Never mind. I shouldn't have spoken.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
That's awesome.
I finally get
And
to use the halfling
That's how
luck
Milo
feature.
died.
Yeah. All right, keep going.
Yep. Still don't say nothing
Just-
yet. It's alright. Everything will be
All right,
just
and as soon as you step there,
yeah.
now here's what I'll say. Torin, you stepped into the light, and as the light hits the left wall and the halfling's not in front of you, you notice a hinge kind of sticking out of the wall right about here. You notice it, but you can't you don't realize what it is in time before before Locke steps onto the area. It flips open,
Yay.
and Locke, you fall
Oh,
10
no.
feet into a pit, taking
Oh.
Is there no dexterity saving throw or acrobatics check to attempt to
no, your
catch myself?
attempt to avoid it was perception. That's your attempt to avoid it.
Okay.
And you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. That's actually
Ow.
rules as written, first of all. That it just also happens to be one that I agree with. I have always agreed with that. Is that if it takes a
Gotcha.
perception check to observe, it takes a dex check. Then that's it.
Gotcha. All right, good to know.
Unless it's something that's like massive damage. Like I didn't make you fire. I didn't fireball you this time.
No.
This time.
This time.
So you will take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall 10 feet.
Oof.
And as you fall in there, the lid swings and reseals. Also, it's now dark.
Oh no.
It's now dark. The light is down there with... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
I have
dark
the light.
for Locke. Locke is dark.
Yep.
Are you
How-
all...
How large is this space?
It is a 10-foot by 10-foot square and cube, actually. 10-foot by 10-foot cube.
All right, so it's dark. I can't see, but due to the skulker feat, I have 10 feet of blind sight. So do I sense the presence of anything down here with me?
No.
Okay, good to know.
No, you calm down for a second. You're like, ow.
Yep.
And then you open
Yep.
your senses up, try and listen. There's nothing down there with you. That's not true.
Right.
There's some bugs down there with you, but they're
Right.
bugs.
Gotcha. Nothing that I would consider dangerous.
No.
Nothing, yeah.
You feel around a little bit too. There are bones in there.
Right.
But they're not moving, which is a good sign.
That is a great sign.
So that was a bit embarrassing. How do y'all not figure out a way to open this so I can climb? If you could just get open, I can climb right out.
Could you understand what he was saying?
So something about open and get out.
Fair enough.
I don't.
How
that's-
deep
you know,
is it down there?
you know what's funny? I don't know if they're role playing or not.
Well, I only can see one way to open it.
If you notice the way to open it, could you
Probably.
purposefully set it off without falling in?
But I don't. I also don't have a high intelligence, so.
Well, hang on. So,
For roleplay purposes.
for roleplay purposes, but I am curious.
Brave
What,
of you
what
to
is,
admit
what
that,
is your
Nolan.
intelligence score?
It's not low,
It's a
but
10.
it's
Yeah.
not high.
Or-
Well, I
It's a
was gonna say,
10.
It's 10. That you have perfect
Average
intelligence. Like you are not.
I
You're
mean,
not
listen, you guys
maybe
hey,
a brilliant scholar, but you're also
you
not.
guys
a moron.
don't have to try and limit yourself to your character score either. If you guys in real life can figure
Yeah,
out
no,
how to do this, do that.
We were going to figure this out.
Yeah. Just
Because
relax.
as
Okay.
a reminder, we're level 4 characters, which means the assumption is we've done adventures before.
You've inserted yourself into holes before.
Yeah. Some more than others.
The
So
The
could
hinge that
Torrent
you're speaking
see
on?
if there's another like space that would drop if
I
you
mean,
were to
you
take a
guys,
step towards the hinge?
you guys saw the whole thing. A 10 by 10 foot section of the floor. When he stepped on it, swung open and swung back in.
Well, before trying anything crazy, being that this thing can move,
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming there's gaps enough. Look back at Flatnag. You have a sword. You think you could potentially attempt to wedge it open?
Absolutely.
We'll start with the simple step first before you make this complicated.
So I'm gonna just come on over, like, without taking another step forward.
Uh-huh.
Am I able to reach
With the sword?
with the sword? Yeah.
Just 5 feet in front of you, or
Okay.
you know? Are you going
Yeah,
to...
I'm also 7 foot, like 5 inches. Like, I'm pretty long, so I've got a pretty good wingspan.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna reach
On the walls or on the
on
floor?
over the sword.
Well, it's a 10 by 10, so it's this whole, where he's sitting is just 5 feet.
Right.
So these 4 squares.
Yeah, they can't
basically
see...
any of
for
these
those of
4
you-
squares.
For those of you watching, you can see a highlighted area of your screen. They can't see that. That's on the GM layer of the game board.
Yep.
So you're take your sword and try and push the
Yeah.
area.
Try and push it.
Okay. What you notice, you start with the very edge of the tile. And what is brilliant about it is that when you push that edge, there's it's that just the edge of the tile pushes in. And then as you lift it, it's like it's spring loaded or something, and it pushes itself back out.
Okay. So, could I switch to my warhammer and try and hit the crap out of it and just make it drop?
Yeah, go ahead. Swing as hard as you can at it.
I'm gonna get trapped in here.
Probably.
Roll me a strength. Roll me an attack roll.
That was a 10.
Total. What was on the die?
Oh, it was a 10 on the die.
10 on the die. Okay, so it's an attack roll. So you'll add your strength plus your proficiency, which proficiency is +2, and your strength, I believe you put it at +4, right?
It's yeah, it's a +4.
Okay, because you have an 18 is how you built your character, right?
Yeah, I have an 18 strength.
Okay, so it's a +6, so 16 total is what you did there.
Okay.
Okay, everything is a d20 roll plus that modifier, plus whatever modifier that we're talking about here. So,
Okay.
all right, you land a hit on it, and you land it good. You land a good solid hit on it. It swings open, comes back down, catches your hammer, and is stuck on your hammer.
Oh, but it's open.
But it's open.
But it's open.
But it's open.
Cool. So, how smooth is this?
How smooth is it? Elaborate, please.
Well, so being a thief, I've got second story work as a feature, which grants me a 30-foot climbing speed. Technically, a climbing speed equal to my walking speed. So the idea is that I should be able to easily scale something, unless we're talking it's completely smooth, there's absolutely no handholds whatsoever.
No, I said it's smooth sides, but I did say that if a character has a climb speed, what I specifically wrote was characters without a climb speed or climbing equipment are trapped without help. So you got a climb speed,
Gotcha.
you can go up there.
Ah, fantastic. So yeah, you got it wedged open. I'm just gonna, I just shimmy right out, right. So good job. It's open. it's staying open. I don't think we want to stay open. We want to close and then get it to figure out how to stay closed. So, do you need help? Do you need any help getting that hammer out of there?
Let me give it a shot.
Also,
You
let
know,
me get back here.
no check required. No check
God.
required. I mean, it's the thing is not like
I would have lost it.
it's. I mean, it's heavy. It's a stone facade with spring work and everything. But
I can
you got a
leverage
firm
it
grip
out
your hammer. I mean,
pretty
it's
easily.
yeah. It's. I mean, you slide that. Slide it out and it'll come out. Kind of comes out with a, but like the lid kind of takes a minute to readjust, but it's there. You're good.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Fladnag. If you wouldn't mind, I'll go ahead and swap spaces with you. A bit embarrassing that I
Absolutely.
didn't see that for myself. But now that I know that it's there, I'd like to go ahead and investigate the area and try to get in the... Can I get a feel for how the trap works as I get out my thieves' tools? I'd like to attempt to disarm this sucker.
Yeah. I will say that it's you fell in it. I'm not gonna make any check or anything. You can see the hinge now in the light that you know what you're looking for. What happens is when someone steps on it, it rotates, and it's quite ingenious about it that the edges will fold in so that way it can rotate back into position, and then when the pressure's off, the spring locked edges will come back on so it looks like it. So it's a swing essentially. And you can see the areas on the walls where it's hinged up, and it's very close. Well, I say I'm holding it up here. It's like barely a few inches off of the ground where the hinges meet.
Gotcha.
Or the labors.
This is where I'm going to play into my character knows more about this stuff than I do. Also, sometimes I don't think very well at the end of the day. Or even during the day, you're right. I'm not always the most clever person, but would I be able to utilize the various items within my thieves' tools, which is designed to pick locks and disarm traps, to figure out a way to muck up this mechanism to where it wouldn't do the whole swinging thing, to where basically it would lock it closed.
Well, I'll say
to prevent it from swinging open.
Anything you want to leave behind, you can jam somewhere to where when it tries to swing, it just doesn't swing. Gotcha.
Well, I've got so many options due to the limitations of as written character building. Because I went with the criminal background, because that's what made most sense. I have 2 sets of thieves' tools. That's just what it is. That said, would I be able to stop it with like a dagger? Because I got 4 of those suckers. I've got some spares.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to jam a dagger between the sides of the wall and the.
Yeah, I think I can.
The dude's hammer.
I think I can live. Yeah, I was going to say I believe that I can live with the loss of one of my 4 daggers for now.
Okay.
So I will absolutely go ahead and jam it so that we can safely cross.
Okay. Consider that there. Mark off one of your daggers. I'll leave you to remember it. Write a note or something to remember it. And then you guys can move forward.
Excellent.
I will not step first.
I will go ahead and step first, if only to tentatively, kind of little ginger, kind of want to test. I'm pretty sure it should work the way that I did it, but
the first time it comes loose a little bit, and you're like, oh no, and then you step off, and then you reach back down, and you're like, hold on here, and like, put it in there as hard as you can, and then you put your weight on it, and it doesn't seem to budge, so you're good.
Right. All right. All be good, gents.
Okay, very good.
Good job.
Onwards.
All right. As you walk forward, it's dim light towards the outer reaches of this room, but I'll just go ahead and open it all up for you, and say that you can see into this room. What? Excuse me. You come across a couple piles of bones in this room. That's what you can see. They all have weapons of various types. The most short swords. There's some scattered remnants, tatters of clothing around. The one over here. I'm sorry, not that one. Without having to make a check, you can see that this one right here is light up against the wall, and there's a brass key that's relatively shiny. That's why you're able to notice it amongst the tattered clothing and everything. There's a brass key on a leather strap mixed amongst the bones. You know, if it had flesh or any material, it would look like it was wearing it, but, you know, it's bones.
Right. That looks like that might be interesting. I'll go ahead and nick that.
Very good. Everyone roll me initiative.
Hey!
That was easy.
I can't out myself. It was shiny.
That was easy.
Honestly, I would have fell for it too.
All right.
It's
So,
very shiny.
Andrew, Jevin, you never done this with us before, although you have watched season 1, so you might be familiar with it. Andrew, give me the initiative plus your modifier. So the total roll plus your mod.
Right. Total roll 18, modifier to initiative 6 due to the alert feat.
Oh, all right. So 18.6. Jevin, total roll, so that's your D20, plus your initiative modifier.
4+1 for initiative.
4 plus 1. All right. So that's your total. Your total is 4?
My total is 5.
Your total is 5. 5.1. All right, very good. Melvin. I still have you as Milo in this. Gosh darn it. Melvin. Total roll.
And I have 13.4.
13.4. Thank you, sir. All right. And let me tell you what you guys are fighting here.
Well,
go ahead.
Real quick. Not that I would hate the idea of going first, but one of the things I can do with alert is immediately after you roll initiative, you can swap your initiative with the initiative of one willing ally in the same combat. Cannot do the swap if you or the ally has the incapacitated condition. So, does do we have any reason to believe why it would be better for somebody else to have my initiative slot, so to speak?
Oh.
Now, since I'm right up here where the danger is, I kind of like the idea of keeping my spot so that I can hopefully get out of danger before too much happens. But I'm willing to swap if anybody has any good ideas. Or we can just keep it. All right.
I obviously missed the order, so.
I haven't given it yet.
I was going to say, for what we rolled amongst the three of us, I'm first, you're second, and Jevin goes last. But we don't know what we're facing. Like, we don't know what their initiative is. So
Yeah.
And since it does say immediately after you roll initiative, DM, I guess it's up to you. Would we have to make this decision now before we know the enemies? Like, before we know everybody's relative positions, or would you be willing to allow it?
No, I would want to know. If you guys... I would want to know, we'll consider this. Yeah, I would think that it needs to be immediate.
Okay, gotcha. So, all right, barring any other information, I think we'll go ahead and keep. But I want to bring it up in case, hopefully if I forget later, somebody can remind me of my own feature.
I'll give you a description of what you're fighting, because really I would say that, that would be what would trigger it is the impact.
Okay.
Before it would. So, I won't tell you their initiative rolls, but I'll tell you what you're fighting. As you pick up the key, and you're like, ooh, shiny. The skull of the skeleton looks up at you.
Oh, no.
And all the bones kind of creak back together and pop and joint, and it grabs its weapon and it stands up.
Oh, bullets.
Hello there.
And
wow.
With these piles stand up, and as you look around, you notice one of them is quite larger than the others. And the skull is not a skull of a human, but of a bull.
Oh, when will I learn that my love of the shiny will get me into Barney every time?
All right. So, and then what's your passive was 14, right, Andrew?
For perception?
Yeah, passive perception was 14.
Yes.
Okay. without having to make a check, you notice that the sword that Red is wearing, the one with the skeleton key, is also also quite good condition. And that is all that I will say.
Fair enough.
All right.
Short sword, you said?
It is indeed a short sword.
That
Yes.
sword will be mine.
Short sword. So, Skeleton Blue will go first.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, they all rolled really, really well. That's the Dungeon Master guide. All right.
Fair enough.
So, Skeleton Blue will walk up, go, and swing at you.
Not good.
Short sword +5 to hit. That is a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
That will hit. And that is a 3 points. 8 points of piercing damage to you, sir.
Ouch. This ain't great.
And that is it for his turn. So, we will go to the Minotaur skeleton.
Oh.
The
Yep, I'm dead.
The Minotaur skeleton moves into position here.
Squishy.
Yeah. Rogue, without access to better / magical armor, doesn't its AC isn't all that impressive.
He's
even
going
with a good dex score.
He's going to charge right at the light source. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and he's going to attempt to gore you. So he does not have a weapon. He's just going to try and gore you. He is going to roll.
I like it.
Wow, a 24 to hit.
Sure. I mean, barely.
Good grief. Barely.
Wow. 2d6 +4 plus 2d8 because he moved 20 feet in a straight line before he got to you. And you're going to be knocked
We'll see
prone.
how this goes.
So 2d6, 2d8 +4. Oh, those are good rolls. 10, 16. That is 20 points of piercing damage, and you fall prone.
This is going to be such a short episode, guys. 7 or 8 sessions, or 2 hours.
Yeah,
Whichever comes first.
Wow. That's the Minotaur skeleton. All right, Andrew, now you're up.
Yay! Oh gosh. Okay. So blue already went. Minotaur already went. Me no like this. I don't like this at all. That said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Bonus action disengage because I can do that as a rogue.
Mhm.
I'm going to step back here, try to help my friend.
Your
And
frond.
I'm going to have my friend. So I've got. I am wielding a short sword and a dagger, and I'm going to attack. We're going to start with the short sword. It's going to be a regular roll. That said, due to the rules of sneak attack, I don't have disadvantage on this, and I have an ally
Yes.
that is within 5 feet of my target. So
Yes.
if I hit, I'll still get to apply sneak attack damage.
Yes.
That said, boy, what an awful roll. That's only a 13 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, fantastic. So, short sword is a d6, and I add an additional 2d6 for sneak attack. So, with really good rolls, that's nearly max. 2 6s and a 5. So that's 17 plus 4, so 21 points of. Let's see here, short sword does. Piercing,
Slashing. Oh no,
I
piercing.
Is it? Yeah, I think piercing damage, because that might matter.
It might. It doesn't this
20
time.
points. It doesn't this time. Okay, so 21 points of piercing, and then I'm going to follow it up with my dagger. I have rogues in 2024 or 5.5 get access to weapon mastery. I have weapon mastery for my short sword and dagger right now. So the short sword mastery applies it, which is Vex. My next attack, made before the end of my next turn, is done at advantage. So my dagger attack will be at advantage. I still can't apply sneak attack more than once per turn, so I can't double up on sneak attack on my own turn. However, this dagger attack will be at advantage. Also, dagger mastery, Nick. So whenever you're wielding 2 light weapons and you attack with 1 light weapon, normal rules are as a bonus action you can attack with a different light weapon that you're holding. But if that other light weapon has the Nick mastery and you selected it, that bonus action attack gets wrapped in with your regular attack, saving your bonus action. So that's why I picked this. So I get to do a little extra sneaky damage on it. That said, because I'm not a fighter and I don't have the 2-weapon fighting style, this will literally just be a D4 with no modifier to damage.
Well, and you already used your bonus action to disengage, so this is it.
Right, no, but that's what I mean is I wouldn't even be able to make this bonus action
I understand. That's what I'm
just
explaining, is that like, you're not going to be able to take a bonus action after this because you already did so, but otherwise, yes.
That is correct, yep. So, rolling at advantage, well, I'll take the 19 on the die, so that's a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
For a total of, 4 piercing. Hey, nice. Rolling good on the damage die.
All right,
now,
very good. It is considered bloodied now, by the way. I don't know if a skeleton can become bloodied, but
no. Now that said,
it's chipped.
I'm still not happy. Yeah, I'm not happy with the amount of damage I've taken. I've only moved 5 feet. I took disengage.
You did.
Halfling nimbleness allows me to move through the spaces of any creatures of size larger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even say as difficult terrain. I can just do it. So, hi. And
I got you in trouble, gents. I did. Good luck.
Right then, time for the old it and fade. And I'm gonna really fade. Wait, I think that was too many feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, okay, this works. I'll go this far. I don't want to go too far.
All right.
And that's my turn.
That's your turn. All right, very good. Skeleton Green will come up here. 5, 10, and we'll just attack the first thing that's in front of him, which is you, Jevon. So that is going to be a 2 on the die, a nice middle finger, so that should almost assuredly miss. That is a 7 to hit.
The most heavily armored member of the party gets a 2 rolled against him.
Yeah,
These dice are out to get me.
All right, that's his turn. All right, Melvin, you're up.
Alrighty. Alright. I was stuck between doing one of 2 things, but
You took a bit of damage.
I did.
And now you're a frontline fighter.
Well,
I mean, he's your druid, I guess. So that
I was about to say his particular form of druid is better suited for frontline. Although I don't know what animal forms he selected.
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to I guess I may need help with this a little bit, because they've added this feature on here where when you go into your wild shape, you gain 12 temporary hit points. Is that temporary hit points the amount of time I can be in the wild shape?
No. So how they changed wild shape to work for all druids, including moon druids, is instead of you are assuming you no longer assume the hit points of what you're transforming into, because old rules were you would, like, if you transformed into a wolf, you get the wolf's HP, then once that HP was reduced to 0, you'd be reverted back to whatever you had before. Now you just get temporary hit points that are added on top, but even if the temporary hit points are taken away, you get to remain in your form for as long as you are conscious, or you choose to leave that form by way of a bonus action or something.
So if I drop to 0 as the new form, that is unconscious now.
That is unconscious. Yes. You would revert to your human form, and you would be unconscious because you're still using your HP.
Gotcha. So it's no longer the drop out, and you have like the
correct.
You don't have an infinite pool of HP anymore.
Yeah.
Which is really essentially what druids came to.
Yeah, moon druids are less tanky than they used to be, but they also have they have some interesting. I like what they have in their toolkit to use.
And I will say that
Um,
that's probably the best thing I like about this new rulebook is that druids aren't gross anymore. They're still effective. They're still useful. But moon druids aren't disgusting.
About to say, moon druids were just so weird because used to be as soon as you became a moon druid, your power spike was huge because the CR1 creature at level 2 was like a brown bear with so much HP and whatnot. But then you fell off until you hit your elemental forms, and then he spiked again, and then he fell off until you hit level 20 as a straight druid, and it's like cool, infinite HP, hooray! Which was just kind of ridiculous. I agree with you. I like the changes. There were some necessary changes to moon druid. Plus, the changes they did to the druid class as a whole and the other subclasses just make them feel like better spellcasters than they were. I like them. I like it a lot.
Not a lot. So, I guess with that being said, I am going to first cure wounds myself.
Okay.
That's fair. And I like how the healing spells got buffed.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Are you doing-
At first level,
Okay. That should be 2d8
2d8
plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yes. So 2d8 plus 3. Look at that. That is max.
Excellent.
Nice.
19.
So that's at 19.
Yeah.
So pretty healed
Let's
almost
go.
it all back.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then I will take my bonus action to wild shape into the brown bear.
The brown bear. All right. Very good.
Wild shape, form of brown bear.
It's morphin' time.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Jevin, thanks for doing that on camera. Appreciate
What are you talking about?
it. All right, very good. So you're done. You cast a spell and you
Yes.
bonus action and you're done. All right, very good. Red skeleton will twiddle his thumbs, and that is what he will do.
he's like, I can't get to anybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna move him in front of the Minotaur or behind the Minotaur. And then we go to Jevin. Jevin, you are up, and then we go to Skeleton Blue, Minotaur Skeleton, then we come back to you, Andrew.
All right.
Well, I'm thinking I want to go ahead and take my shield and just bash into the Minotaur.
Okay, shield
and,
bash,
and yeah, shield bash.
So
Andrew.
I'm sorry, Jevin, because I know you're new at this.
Yeah.
Are you doing shield bash from the shield master feat that I recommended, or are you
Yes.
doing this more as like okay? So that specifically says immediately after you make an attack. So you have to attack with something
Oh.
else first, and
And
then
then
you
you-
get to
okay.
bash. Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's why I
So-
was asking. It's like, are you doing it as part of the feature, or are you looking for more like an improvised attack? Because that would be two different things.
Okay. Using the advantage aspect of it is what I was thinking of, but that's
Yeah,
like
can't do it yet.
a secondary. Then I'm just going to.
I can already think of reasons why Jevin should have gone. Like you should have swapped him out in the attack order. But all right, here we go. Keep going.
I feel like that probably could have been helpful.
That's this is why we do these things, so we can experiment. All right,
We're
as
going
you
to
were.
learn.
I'm going to use longsword. Go ahead and go after the Minotaur and try and give him a good swing.
A long sword.
I'm
so
gonna-
slashing damage. Okay.
Longsword, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. No, you said
I'm
it.
gonna go for the
I'm
net.
I'm saying it aloud for my own benefit. All right, roll to hit.
Yeah.
So that's a D20.
The natural 17.
All right, you'll hit.
So
with that.
close. Well,
That-
because he's a champion.
Yeah.
You have to remember, for you, if you roll a natural 19 or 20, that's a critical hit.
Yeah.
So
Improved
like, that's so
critical.
close to the crit.
So
Um,
close.
All right, that will hit though. 17 on the die alone will hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Should be a 1d8 for the longsword. As I recall helping you make your character, I tried to make sure
That is a
every
six.
weapon Got to say, every weapon you had access to was just a D8. Just to make
6
it
on the
easy.
die.
Plus your strength modifier.
Yeah, it was a 6 on the die.
Oh, yeah,
He's swapping out.
Oh.
And he's muted.
And he's muted.
One of them died, so up the next one. Yeah, 6 on the die,
Okay, so then you'll add your strength mod.
which is a +4, so that's a 10.
And
10, total of 10.
what fighting style did you take?
Champion.
No. So that's
your
your
subclass.
subclass.
You're right. Dueling, so it's a +2 to damage rolls.
There you go.
So this
12
would be
total.
12 total.
Of slashing.
This is why we ask.
Yep. All right, very good. 12 total damage of slashing, and then did you want a bonus action shield bash?
100%.
All right. So what is that's a attack roll or is that a check?
I'm double checking the feat here.
If you
I think it's a saving throw.
Feet as part of the attack throw. The target must make a DC 14 strength saving throw.
Okay. All right.
On a failed save, you either push the target 5 feet from you or cause it to have the prone condition.
All right.
Which
Well,
is
that
what
is
I
a,
was taking as like
that is a
Yeah.
13.
worst case scenario.
Oh,
That is a 13. So he will fall. Do you want him prone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, how does it feel?
That's for my friend. Don't mess with him.
We'll give him the back pain icon as prone. All right. Do you want to move? Go ahead and move. Go ahead and move away.
so
I will
green
move
is.
away.
Let's say if you move back. Okay.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
No, hang on. No, hold on. It's not the worst. So, our Minotaur that's prone would be attacking at disadvantage if he decides to do the reaction opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
And green would admittedly be just rolling as normal.
Do you?
But
I just
Kevin's-
want to ask: do you actually want to move away or not? Is the question.
If you step back 5 feet, you are going to be proccing 2 opportunity attacks from the two enemies next to you. You've got decent AC. You haven't been touched yet.
I have 44
And
hit points.
And admittedly, blue gets to go before I do, but can't move through to take that space. So it would potentially leave a space for me to run up and really quickly go, and then possibly get away.
I see
But it's
what
up
you're
to you.
saying. Just so you can get in.
Right. But again, it is putting yourself at risk because again, you're putting yourself at risk of 2 different opportunity attacks, but one would be made at disadvantage. So that's something.
I think I'll go back 1. And
Go back
just give
1.
us
All right.
more flexibility for movement.
We will go ahead and take the opportunity attacks first with the Minotaur, the prone Minotaur. That is a 14 and a 4 on the die, so a total of 10. That will not hit you. Green will attempt to attack you. He does not have disadvantage. He gets a 17 on the die. That is a 22 to hit.
Okay.
I assume that hits.
That I think does hit you. I think your AC is 18 right now with your heavy armor and shield.
That's what I'm trying to double check. Where do you see that? Where do you find it?
So I don't know what your character sheet looks like. I don't know if you're using like what Roll20 has, but it should be near the top.
Looks like a shield icon. It says AC.
Okay, I've
Usually-
got 11. Yeah, AC on okay.
No. There's no way you have 11 on the AC.
He
He probably
again,
isn't equipped it.
yeah, you probably didn't equip it within the
On the sheet.
I-
Okay.
This is why fillable
From-
PDFs, gentlemen. I always
Yep.
argue it. No one
Oh.
ever listens to me. Fillable
That's true.
PDFs.
So you do have, but I know that you are wearing chainmail and you have a shield. So chainmail is the
yeah.
base.
18.
Sets your AC to
should
16
be.
and then +2. So
gonna say like 18.
Yeah, it's 18. So that's a 22 to hit. That will hit. You will take 7 points of piercing damage as you move away. All right. That is the end of your turn. So we're going to go Skeleton Blue, Minotaur, and then Andrew. Skeleton Blue will move up and do nothing. Minotaur is going to stand up, ending the prone condition. Wait, are you still prone?
Technically, I don't think I ever said.
I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you didn't move. I'm gonna let you have that. Just stand back up.
Oh. Okay.
I appreciate. I think you're correct. I don't think you said it, but I also don't think. I'm gonna let you have this. That you get that one. So we'll just do that. All right. He's just gonna try and slam you. For a 14 to hit.
14 misses.
All right. Then that is his turn. He does not have multi-attack. So, all right, Andrew, you're up. And then we're going to go Skeleton Green and then Melvin.
Right. I just realized we have a bit of a situation here. Because you turned into a brown bear, you said?
Is it large?
It's large. Which, yeah. It's
If I'm not mistaken, that says it would have squeezed him out.
I think so.
Okay. What we're gonna do to retcon this, we're not gonna do anything with Jevon's turn. We're just gonna let that stand.
Right.
Oh, am I a bigger token?
You're now 10 feet tall. Or 10 feet by 10 feet. That's what you look like now.
Yeah, you take up that whole space.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to change anything with Jevon's turn, even though technically speaking, none of that should have happened.
Yeah.
True.
And we're just gonna go like this. Well, great news for me. The Minotaur is large too, and I just completely didn't do anything about it.
As the DM, you can modify monster stat blocks as you see fit.
Yeah, he's a baby. He's a baby,
litter.
little baby Minotaur.
Oh, he died as a baby? That's sad. I'm sorry.
El
Trauma
Torito.
for dead babies. Couldn't resist. Alright.
Well, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. For this fight, in this fight alone, all large is considered medium, just because I'm just not gonna mess with it.
Gotcha.
That's what we're
Gotcha.
gonna
I
do.
will make a note of that.
Fair enough.
To start looking at sizes. I've never looked at sizes.
It's going to be
It's
important
not the
as a move through
size.
it.
Yeah.
How you use it.
It's how you use it.
Although size
Sometimes
definitely helps, and don't let anyone tell you different. All right.
Let's say sometimes you need that size to fill the space appropriately. Anyways,
I've never been complained about.
That you'll share.
Touche, Jeff. Touche. All right, let's just continue our turns as normal here.
over to me.
Over to you.
All right. So I would like to get the Minotaur further on its way to re-death. So I'm going to step 5 and hi. How you doing? And we're going to go as last time. So we're going to do a straight attack with the short sword.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Yep. That's a 12 total to hit. My goodness.
That will hit.
D20s. Hey, fantastic. All the other rule still applies to sneak attack.
Okay.
Not as impressive as last time, but still a very respectable 12 plus 4, 16
All right.
piercing damage.
That will destroy him.
Oh, fantastic.
He had 8 points left. So as you come in, you notice that he stands himself back up, but the fall apparently cracked one of his large bones, and you are able to stick your short sword in there appropriately, wiggle it around a little bit, and he just kind of turns into dust.
Cool. Well,
Minus
that was
one down.
We're gonna go 15, and that nick attack. We're just gonna go ahead and put that on red.
On red.
Yeah. Now on red, This one not at advantage because I didn't hit it with the short sword.
Right.
And if I hadn't already used my sneak attack, it would not get to benefit because I get this is an attack that would in no way benefit from sneak attack. So that said, that is a dirty 20 to hit
That will hit.
for
Oh,
another
dirty.
4. I love my D4
Sorry.
for 4 points of piercing.
What'd you say, Melvin?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. 4 points of piercing.
Yep, 4 points of piercing, and then, like the brave little halfling I am, bonus action disengage.
All right,
Hidden
very
fade.
good. Well, Skeleton Green will go ahead and move up because all large creatures are medium. And actually, no.
That's fair. No.
Yes, yeah, no, yeah, we'll do it. He'll move up and he'll just hit. He'll attempt to hit Jevin. That
Excellent.
is a 22 to hit.
Ooh, man,
Oh,
they're rolling
okay, it
good.
hits.
That hits. All right, you will take 8 points of piercing damage,
Oh.
and then that is his turn. So,
Aren't you glad you took the tough feat?
Yeah,
Melvin, I'm
absolutely.
sorry, I gave you no advance warning. You're up, and then Skeleton Red, and then Jevin.
No, you're good. I'm tracking.
But now we get to see the power of this fully armed and operational brown bear.
Medium-sized brown bear.
The medium size.
The medium. The tactical
It's just
brown
for
bear.
looks.
Tactical brown bear.
Uh,
TBB.
We hit green.
Green. I mean, as far
Actually,
as
don't
an
think it's been
undead
hit.
creature goes,
Right.
it looks
We probably would be.
fine.
It doesn't look any more harassed than
Yeah.
your average skeleton.
Well then, since I'm here and since he's here, I'm just gonna multi-attack green.
Yeah, you are.
Multi-attack green. All right, very good. Roll to hit.
Do I roll?
Once per attack.
It doesn't say once per. Okay, cool.
It's once
I
per
kinda
attack.
figured that was the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so,
a new attack
one,
roll
Once
for
for the
everybody.
bite and once for the claw.
That's 19 on the die plus 5.
Okay, we'll call that the bite. Go ahead for the claw.
And then that's 14 for the claw.
Okay, both of those will hit.
And the order actually does matter. The multi-attack actually lists what order the attacks are done in.
Yes.
Oh, does it?
Sorry, I
Yeah.
did say it, but
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I
it literally
was
says-
rolling
yeah,
in that order.
Yeah, it says the bear makes one bite attack and one claw attack. So,
Oh, I didn't. I've never considered those to be the order that it has to be. Those are always in there. I've never considered them to that has to be that order. All right.
fair enough. I guess it is a little ambiguous. I've always read it as that's the order, but since it is ambiguous, it doesn't say
Damage.
specifically.
I've always read that as just say you can't make 2 bite attacks and you can't make 2 claw attacks.
That is correct. It does hey.
All right, I'm sorry.
One bite
We're
and one
we're,
claw.
we're
It's all good.
chewing. We can discuss proper
Sorry.
technique later.
The bite's going to be 6 piercing,
6
and
piercing.
the claw will be 5.
6 and 5. Okay, very good. And that the claw
And
is
it's
slashing.
prone.
Is the claw slashing?
Oh yeah. The claw is slashing. yeah.
Okay, very good.
If
Thank
the
you.
target is large or smaller creature, it has the prone condition.
All right, it has back pain now.
And as with many monster attacks in this edition, there's no DC for it. It just happens.
Yeah, I actually like that. I think
Yeah,
that helps. I think that helps. If it
It
hits,
makes them
just-
a little more dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Very
it's-
good.
It's a nice little power
And-
boost for the Moon Druid, since it's
No
like, okay,
bonus
you don't get all the
action, so-
HP, but you get the cool monster stuff.
No bonus action. All right. Very good. Then we will go to Skeleton Red. Skeleton Red will step up. He is not prone. He will go ahead and attack the tactical brown bear. With his shiny sword. That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. And you will take 8 points of piercing damage.
8 points.
You still got your temp HP.
I do.
All right, that is his turn. Jevin, apologize. I gave you no warning. It is your turn now, and then we will go to Skeleton Blue, and then Andrew.
Well, considering green is still here, I'm going to go ahead and do slashing with the long sword.
Very good. Got
Sorry.
distracted by Melvin.
I lost something. With advantage?
Yeah, with advantage because he's
Yep.
prone.
With advantage.
So you'll
That's
roll
correct.
the d.
Oh.
So you'll roll the d20 again, and you'll take the higher of
Yep.
the two numbers
14
on the die or total.
on the die.
Now add your stuff in.
Okay. I always forget about that.
Yeah, that's why I'm making you do it, so that way you'll remember. It's always your strength plus your proficiency.
Your strength.
6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, it's 20. No, it's a 22 to hit.
6 plus 2 is 8. Well, your strength
Plus
is
a 14 on the
4.
die.
Yeah, your strength is 4. Your proficiency is 2. Should be a plus 6, not a plus 6.
Oh, you're right.
You were thinking of the plus 2 to your damage, I think.
You're right. Yeah. So it's a plus 4 and a plus 2, so that's a plus 6. So
A dirty,
20 with
a dirty
14
20.
on the die.
Okay, a
dirty
dirty 20. That will hit. Excellent. All right, now is your damage. So this you will add the plus 2.
Ooh. It's a 2 on the die.
Okay. Plus your strength.
proficiency.
That's why we have modifiers.
Yeah. Plus 4 for the proficiency, so
Well, you don't get proficiency on your damage
no.
rolls.
just the strength for the modifiers. 6
Yes,
plus
but
2 is
because you
gonna give me
chose
an 8.
and plus duelist, that you do have.
Oh yeah. And another 2 for the dueling. So
So 2 plus 4 plus 2.
it's a 10.
2 plus 4
That'd be-
plus 2. I know you're in book sales, but I think you can do 2 plus 4 plus 2.
It's 8.
8! Yay!
2 plus 4 plus 2, yeah.
No.
And that will kill
Good
him.
grief.
So, you turn him into
Nice.
naught but a pile of bones before you as you slash through his brittle, calcified remains, and he dusts in the air before you. Well, actually, he's on the ground, so you kind of slash down there. You're tall, 7 foot. You know, it's hard. You actually tried to get a good swing, and you actually scraped the ceiling because of your height. So you're like, crap! And then just flat, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. All right. But that is your attack. You may move.
Who's up next for the next attack from our group?
That would be Andrew.
I'm up. I'm up next, but before me is the blue skeleton.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna stay exactly where I'm at. I don't want to get in the way. And I'm fine with I think I'm okay with where my health is at. So
Okay.
I'm okay with if something comes up and hits on me.
It hits
I like
on
a
you.
good time.
So
Oh, stop it.
All right. Skeleton
at
Blue.
the risk of sounding like I'm metagaming a bit, how is your health doing? Like how are you doing
29.
wise?
All right.
29. All right.
And you're not going to go any less on this one because that was a 5 on the die, so a total of 10 to hit. As a reminder, your AC is 18 because of the shield, so you're good to
Yes.
go on that one. All right,
I did update that.
Andrew, 'tis you,
All
and then
Yay.
Skeleton Green is dead, so it's going to be Andrew and then Melvin.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, since blue skeleton's there, although actually, I can just move through. Is it medium?
It is medium.
Cool. So actually,
Another half of
'Cause
the
I-
skeleton.
I think it'll be fun to do it this way. Going to bonus action disengage, so I can do so I can do this. Whee!
Okay.
Gosh, it's so much fun. I love how mobile I am. Now I realize that there's nothing granting me advantage on red. It's not prone. Flanking is not an official rule or
we're not doing
anything.
flanking.
So straight roll with the short sword. Sadly, only an 11 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay.
Oh.
So we're gonna go with the Nick
Okay.
attack. Not at advantage though, because
Right.
Vex specifically says you have to hit and deal damage to get advantage on that next attack.
That
That
and
said,
deal
that
damage
is-
is important. All right, as you were.
It is very important. That's a 13 to hit with the dagger though.
That will also miss.
Okay, gotcha. So that's a whiff, and I go, huh. Well, that wasn't very good. Different accent now. It's so bad it knocked me into a different accent. Let's see, I spent 5, 10, 15. Boop, boop, boop.
Whoops,
Oh,
my bad, gents.
Seriously,
Excuse me.
Back
Rogue
behind cover.
bonus action disengage with halfling nimbleness is
Yeah.
really good. It looks like it appears like
All right,
as
Melvin.
it so happens.
It'll be you, and then Skeleton Red, and then we're back to Jevin.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do?
Your best Chewbacca impression? Get him, Chewie!
Oh my gosh.
Another bow tie. Who do I want to hit?
Gotta find
It's
some
a
new
red.
D20s. These, I think I've rolled above a 10 once. It's been rough.
First roll bite. Oh no.
On who?
That's a 10 on the bite.
Who are you attacking though? Green, blue
Red,
or red?
sorry.
Red. Okay.
Red. 12 on the claw.
Okay, that will miss. Both of those will miss.
Oh no.
Oh
no!
All right. Well, Skeleton Red will do the thing. He will attempt to pierce you here. That is a 21 to hit.
I don't like it. Yes.
Yeah. And 9 points of piercing damage. Temp HP officially burned through, plus some. That is Red's turn. All right, Jevin, will be you, and then Blue, and then Andrew.
For the record, Jevin, I'd like to remind you, you have multiple weapons that you all have mastery with.
Yes.
In case you want to. Now, the longsword may actually be best here because I don't know. I don't think the blue's taken too much damage. And since he'll be going next,
It's your turn, by the way, Jevin. I don't know if you heard me.
Oh, I thought you said blue was going next, and then me.
no, it's
No, no,
you and then blue.
and then Blue,
Oh.
and then Andrew.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna stick with the longsword. Go for some slashing damage. So 13 on the die, plus 4 on strength. That's giving me a 17.
Plus
do I need
proficiency?
to add in?
Hold on,
Yeah,
plus-
that's what I was about to
Okay.
grab is the proficiency. So plus 2. So 19.
Yay! And that does hit. Very good.
Boom.
Damage roll.
A 7. Plus strength.
Nice.
Gives me an 11.
Plus
2 for
And-
dueling.
I forgot the dueling was a plus 2, so gives me a good 13 damage.
And he had
Slashing.
13 maximum hit points. So,
Oh,
Lucky
you just
number.
one-shot him.
one
Nice.
shot him. And I'm not going to add another pile of bones there, so I'm going to put him
One of these days we'll get to show off what Sap does.
here.
You keep killing him, man! Of course, I guess dead is the best status effect.
Dead is best satisfaction. All right.
I prefer dead.
Yeah. All right, well, you got your bonus action and your movement remaining.
I don't believe you have any bonus action attacks, but if you're feeling a little, like, if you're feeling like maybe that health isn't so great, you have 3 second winds at your current level.
I was seeing that I have second wind. What exactly does that do for me? It's a 1d10 damage plus 4.
No, not damage. So what it does, second wind, as normally, bonus action to heal 1d10 plus your fighter level. So, and you can do that up to 3, and your second winds, you have 3 second winds that you can use every short or long rest. They restore on a short or long rest. Pretty sure short or long rest. Now, you are also high enough level that you can do some additional things with your second wind, such as attempt to succeed on an ability check. And the nice thing about that is if you still fail, it's not used up. It's only used up if you happen to turn a failure into a success.
You're not going for ability checks, so that's not useful.
You're not going for. That is correct. So honestly, the healing is kind of the best thing about it for you. So
I think I'll go ahead and do bonus action second wind. Grab that D10.
Grab that D10.
And yeah, it does say. Sorry. I was halfway right on how you regained them. You regain 1 expended use every time you finish a short rest, or you regain all of your uses whenever you finish a long rest. So.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so you went ahead and bonus action to heal some.
Yep. 3 on the die.
Okay.
So
7.
plus your fighter level of 4, so 7 back. It's something.
7 points of healing damage.
Yeah, 7 points of healing damage.
All right. Do you want to move?
You won't impede me if you decide to try and block red. We've proven I can get in and out of spaces real easy.
That's true.
I'll just let that statement. I'll just leave it alone.
I think we're gonna just go catty corner of the red.
Okay.
And, obviously there's no flanking, but
no. But if he tries to move away, then at least you can.
I'm pretty close to him.
Yeah. All right. Very good. So that's your movement. Well, blue was up next. Blue is dead. Andrew, and then Melvin.
All right.
And then red, if he survives.
So I'm going to. Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to try and do, DM, and we can help rules adjudicate this because it's going to involve the hide. It's going to involve the hide rules. So, as a rogue, I can bonus action hide, and normally I wouldn't be able to hide in a situation like this, except I'm a halfling, and I specifically can attempt to make the hide action when I'm only obscured by a creature size larger than me.
I mean, rules is written. Rules is written. It says yes. But what's your other?
Well, so my play is to hide, pop out to get advantage on that first attack. And here's where it gets weird, because according to the rules for hide, if you are successfully hidden, you have the invisible condition, but you also
immediately
lose it if what allowed you to be hidden is no longer true. It's
right.
It's so would I be able to pop out? Would I be able to pop out and make the attack will still be considered hidden for the advantage, or would it drop first and I wouldn't be able to get the advantage? Is what I'm looking for. Because elsewise, I got a better use of my bonus
doesn't
action.
disappear until.
Well, but what's causing the condition is that he's behind you. So as soon as he pops out, he's no longer invisible.
Yeah.
What I will say, Andrew, is that for the purposes of this combat, you're popping out and you're attacking essentially before he has a chance to react.
Okay.
Is the idea of the ambush attack. So I will say that you get the advantage on it at least once.
Okay. That's fair.
And
that's all I'm looking for, because
if this were to continue, that would be dumb.
Right.
I mean, they do have a 6 intelligence though, so maybe not.
Well, I was about to say, and it does say the condition ends on you immediately after any of the following occurs. You make a sound louder than a whisper, an enemy finds you, you make an attack roll. So it's like you're making the attack roll, or you cast a spell with a verbal component.
Yeah,
So-
I'm gonna say you get it at least once. Because yes, the condition is ended, but at the same time, the whole point is that he's coming at you.
I'm sneaking now. I would, thank you. I appreciate that.
He's also
I
engaged with he's engaged with all of you, and so the idea is that maybe he sees you in time to get a shield up, maybe he doesn't. I will let it happen once if you can make a good stealth check.
Well,
for the hide action.
That's where rules as written come in again. Rules as written, it's a DC 15.
Just DC 15.
Go ahead.
Really?
Player's Handbook page 368.
We said we are going rules as written.
Yeah,
That
it
will
says
change.
With the hide. Yeah, right. With the hide
That's
action,
dumb.
you try to conceal yourself. To do so, you must succeed on a DC 15 Dexterity Stealth check while you are heavily obscured or behind 3/4 cover or total cover.
Yeah,
course.
should,
And
I'm
it
of
also
the mind
says-
it should always be the passive perception of the combatant. But
Right?
the
Yeah,
rule,
it's weird.
We said we're going rules as written, so
Yep.
15.
My Skulker feat, which gives me that blind sight, also allows me to make hide checks in combat specifically at advantage.
Okay.
So bonus action hide at advantage with a +7 gives me 21, which clears the DC 15.
All right.
So I am hidden. I will pop out and I will make my hidden sneak attack. Well, I say sneak attack. I will make my hidden attack with my short sword. It has advantage on the roll. That's a natural 19. I
Okay.
hope that hits red.
Yes, that does hit red.
Cool. So this is with the short sword. I get sneak attack. Oh, drop one of my d6s. I'll just grab one of my other many d6s. That's 12 plus 4, so 16 points of piercing damage there,
All right, he's dead.
and he's dead. Okay, cool. I was going to say, and then I'm going to make another attack with the
No,
nick
you're
attack
good.
at advantage because of Vex, and
We made it.
look at how I combo.
All right, combat has ended, gentlemen. Well done.
Woo! That actually wasn't too terrible. It could have been worse.
I'm pleased with it. Now, wasn't one of those carrying something special?
Yeah, red.
Yeah, no,
red
that-
was.
And I'm immediately taking note of as I'm digging through the ashes for its special looking sword. It's like, sorry about that, gents. I really ought to have been a bit more careful. I promise I'll be more careful in the future. No porky.
All right. Okay, I don't want to know. All right. Poking through the ashes. I mean, if anyone wants to, 3 of the skeletons had rusted sword. Well, 2 of the skeletons had rusted short swords. Andrew, the red one that you're poking through right now had a +1 short sword, as well as the brass key.
Nice. Just gonna go ahead and take that. Add that to my character sheet.
If no one wants to stop you, I have no reason to stop. That.
Go for it.
That's fine. Anybody else? Look, this is about perfect size for me. Looks like you use a bigger sword. You don't use a sword. You turn into a bear. That's
He's still a bear.
That's still a bear.
So it's no
Tactical
use
brown
for a bear.
That's true. Which that's quite useful. Can you turn to anything else? Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But if it's all right, I'm going to keep this. It seems like it might be a little better suited in me hands.
Yeah, you can have that toothpick.
All right. What do you guys do now?
Well, I suppose we examine the rest of this area, see if there's anything related to the shield, the bow, the axe, hammer, any of that stuff.
Okay.
Oh,
Through.
you did just pick up a sword.
I did. It says the axe is above the sword, which is not green. Which I now wonder, does that mean the axe is not green or the sword is not green?
I thought the sword was not green.
Well, what color's your sword right now?
I was gonna say, yeah. What color is this +1 short sword?
It's a standard steel short sword that, because of course
Gotcha.
it's magical, is of noticeably higher quality and resists decay of time.
Yay!
So we'll find out when we find a colored weapon.
I guess so.
Right.
I'm gonna assume that the brown bear dissipates and you pick the torch back up off of the ground and
No,
no.
I'll just pick it up and keep it in my mouth.
That works.
All right, well, if that's what we're gonna do,
We're gonna hang on to this just a little bit, just in
You're-
case.
you're
I
now
like the idea of that, actually.
not the
I was gonna say,
tactical
you can-
brown bear.
I was gonna say, you can stay in that form for what, 2 hours?
An hour?
What, is it just an hour?
I can double check, but we can move. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right, so you're just marching along.
Oh wait, I can speak.
Yeah,
Well,
you
that's
can.
weird.
That's one of the nice
The changes they made.
quality of life changes is that you can still speak and be understood.
I
You no longer have to be like, well, have to go with the psychic class so you can use telepathy. Or race, I should say.
I missed that. I already missed that. I think it'd be.
Yeah.
I've been.
You stay in your form for a
I'll
number of
probably
hours
still
equal
do
to
it
half your
anyways.
druid level.
Just wait till the rest of them come out.
Wait, what? You stay in it for how long?
A number of hours
still looking.
equal to half your druid level.
Okay, so
Oh.
plenty of time.
Yup.
Although you've chewed through your temp HP, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, where are you guys going?
It looks like you've got a doorway at the front, like 6 tiles forward. Am I seeing that correctly? Can my character see that from where you're
The
standing?
dim light expires here.
Yeah, so
Okay, basically what I was expecting.
yeah.
Yes.
So I
Oh, hold
say
on.
we.
Hold on. Actually, the dim light didn't expire there. The aura got bigger because kind of. The aura got bigger because I made your token bigger. So really, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not worried about it that much. It shouldn't be this far back behind you, but forward is fine.
Right. So, and... Oop. Where am I?
Do I have any limit to how far forward I can go? Like,
No, I mean, we're not in combat, so you guys are just kind of...
Yeah.
Tell me
do
whatever
I
you're
can
can't
doing.
go
move
right
until you
here
move.
and check and just see like what I can see?
Yes,
from right
in
there?
fact, you just stepped on a trap. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He did not.
Leave it to the DM though.
Now that I've updated my character sheet, so I'll also say, don't know if you'll notice, but right before those things that attacked us, grabbed me this shiny key here. Don't know what it's going to go to, but we should keep an eye out for what it might be useful.
I'm glad you picked that up.
Is the key not green?
The key is a brass key. It is not green.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah.
You did.
Memory is the key.
Yes. It's funny because it's written here.
You know, excuse me, Torin.
Oh,
You
that's
look
me.
a bit-
Yes.
Yeah, you look a bit big and. Can I ride on her back? You just look so fluffy. Looks
I can
awfully
throw him up
comfortable up there.
without him stepping on you.
No,
Oh, I
he's
got a
good.
real light touch. He won't even. So long as he consents, he won't even notice.
I kind of get down just so you can climb up.
Yeah.
Yay! Yay!
And what's funny is that the two of you together don't even reach the height of the giant. The giant.
Look at that, Fladnag. I'm up to your shoulder now.
Is this what it's like?
Well, as you enter the room and fill it with bright light, there doesn't appear to be anything remarkable on the walls. At least not without more careful study. What?
What?
That was interesting.
Was that Chevin?
The room. I don't know.
Yeah, he did something with his earpiece.
Ow.
Right. Well, before we move on, these fellas here were a bit interesting, but let's check the walls and whatnot here real quick. This kind of place is obviously full of secrets and whatnot. So gonna go ahead and take me a quick peek around. That's
Okay.
all right.
Anyone who wants to may make a perception check.
Why not?
I think I know how.
And there we go.
Yeah.
It's already better. That's a 15.
Oh, I got a 13.
That's a 21.
Okay. No one notices anything.
Cool.
Right. Oh, looks like we already took care of what was interesting in here. Looks like the corridor extends a bit. Well, I'll keep an eye out while I'm on top of your tour, but I say technically the two of us should take point.
Agreed. I'm getting out of your way.
I like you, frontline fighter. Get in the rear. All right. As you enter the area, and the light extends down, you guys see a staircase. Bright light covers half of it, and then past this half point, the dim light continues down to the bottom. There are more stairs. At least 20 feet more of stairs in front of you.
Oh, Torin, as a bear, how are you at navigating the apples?
I don't know what you mean by it.
Yeah, going down the apples.
Are you talking about the stairs?
I don't see any fruit up
Yeah.
there. What are you talking about, Locke?
Since I could really use some apples.
Sorry, I'm used to working with those amongst my own circle, if you know what I mean. Yes, the stairs. Going down the stairs.
I assume bears can walk downstairs.
They can't run.
He's
down
a
there.
city
seen this
halfling. I was gonna say he's a city halfling. He's heard of bears. He's never really seen one except for in like a passing menagerie or something. He has no clue.
Neither do I. So
That's what we need. The druid who's like, I don't know what I can do.
we're about to find out here shortly.
I watched
As we
this
walk
movie,
down
Kung
the
Fu
stairs.
Panda. Bears seem to be relatively good at rolling down.
You know what? Here's what I'm gonna say. You are able to keep yourself standing, but you're lumbering really difficultly, with jerky movements as you slip down the stairs. So I would like a acrobatics check from Locke.
Oh, yeah.
Well, won't you know, I'm
assuming-
proficient in those.
Acrobat.
That
Oh, for him, acrobat
was only a 6, so 12 total.
Yeah. You're like, oh, wait, hold on now, go there, and then you fall head first off of him down the stairs.
Right.
Oh,
Right, so how about this? I stay right ahead of you as we go down the apples, and then once we get on level ground, you let me back up.
that's fine.
All right, you tumble
Brilliant.
down the apples. Hold on, I got it. Hold on, I got it.
Well, while he's pulling that up, so for those not, so I mentioned Cockney rhyming slang. It is a real thing. It's practically like a whole secret Cockney language that is comprised of rhyming phrases that they have used so often they drop the part that rhymes. So it used to be apples and pears meant
That's not rhyming.
stairs because pears rhymes with stairs, but then they drop the pears, so they just say the apples, and it was in reference to the stair-like construction of street vendor carts. You know, displaying their apples and pears on these little tiered. Yeah, it's there's a history behind it, and I couldn't find a history for absolutely everything. I just found a list of like, here's some common Cockney rhyming slang. I'm like, done. This is going to be so much fun to find a way to put into the conversation.
One in.
Oh, I've been using several. No porky means no porky is not lying.
I didn't hear that one.
I didn't want to know what that one was.
Every time I said, the couple of times I said I'm a bit of Barney, trouble. Barney Rubble, trouble. It's yeah, I'm so happy.
As you should be.
I'm happy because of how often I'm making Jacob shake his head or roll his eyes or some combination therein.
I actually knew the Barney one because of Ocean's 13. Yeah. Anyway,
but this is my favorite implementation so far, I think, of what Thieves' Cant would be. It's literally just little words just interspersed.
You guys get down the stairs, the light illuminates it, and you find two thick wooden doors in front of you, or at least what you perceive to be thick wooden doors. You obviously don't see them open fully.
Do either door seem to have a locking mechanism?
No.
No? Right. I would like to examine the doors to ensure that there isn't some sort of tripwire catch, possibly some sort of hidden something or other that might indicate that they're trapped in any way if you try to mess with them.
Yes. Make me a perception check.
Perception, alright. I should take expertise in perception, not investigation. Yep, that's only a 9.
You're trying to examine the light you can see on this side. You push it open a little bit to try and see with the light checking, and it looks fine.
Alright. Well, this door looks like it might be okay, and I'm going to gently push it open. And
okay.
Fireball!
You push it open. The light proceeds forward. I will have you make me another perception check if you'd like to see anything further.
Yes, please.
All right.
That's better. It's a 12.
It is better, and as far as you can tell, your way forward is safe.
Right. Everything looks good there. Give me a moment. Gents, as I'll just go ahead and check these doors. Okay. Same thing.
All right.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Oh. Sorry, I rolled without you telling me to, and I apologize, but I assume it was rolling perception to check for traps. That's a 22.
Okay.
Finally, a really good roll, even if it's just going to be a not trapped. I don't care. I like seeing the high numbers.
You're confident. On this one, you're confident that there is not a trap.
Right. Now just push this one. Oh, definitely not trap this one. Push it open. Second perception check to see if I notice anything in addition.
Yes.
After the door's up. Okay.
Wait, you have blind sense too?
I do. 10 feet of blind sight.
Okay, continue. I just wanted to make sure I had that.
And that's an 18.
That's an 18.
I finally found the D20 that wants to perform tonight. Good grief.
Let me double check something.
I've got like.
Makes me think I need to switch mine.
What was the perception?
It was an 18.
Okay. You don't see anything, and you're not sensing anything with your blind sense.
Okay.
But you do see... Yeah. You do think you hear something. What you can't make out what it is, but you get the sense that there's something through those doors. That seems relatively animalistic.
Gents, so those doors, pointing at the ones that I opened first, they seem pretty clear. these ones, though, pretty sure I can hear something down the way. So, do we wish to investigate where it seems clear and possibly leave ourselves open up for getting buggered from behind? Or do we wish to go towards the sounds and investigate further?
How big is that animal?
Well, I couldn't tell you that. It just sounds relatively animalistic. Rustling, maybe some grunting. No, it's not like I was hearing the clinging of metal or anything like that.
There's not another one of me down there.
Well, I couldn't tell you. Maybe there is, but he's gone feral. Stark naked. Doing unspeakable acts to the skulls that he finds. Who can say?
Well, I say
Based
we
off of
investigate
that,
the
I
danger.
kind of want to go towards.
You kind of you want to go towards what? I couldn't hear you.
Let's
Sorry.
investigate.
I have to now know.
Yeah,
I have to now
Pause
know.
it is. Kink unlocked.
Oh no, this has awakened something in me. They
Oh,
call it
no.
Really
skullduggery.
adventurous of the Animal Planet.
Oh gosh.
All right. Anyway,
All right. So,
South we go.
right,
I
I'm
say
gonna
south
go ahead.
anyways.
Right. I'll go ahead, take a step, let Torin down, and then once he's on good level ground, be like, gonna get back up.
oh, you're gonna.
Just nose first under his. It's like sliding down.
Woo!
All right.
Oi, mate, we're gonna be best friends by the time this is over. If we ain't brown bread.
Best friends and
Toast.
brothers.
Toast is what that is. Brown bread.
Brown bread, dead. Yeah.
All right. As you step in, what you spot, you go in, head on a swivel, and the light fills the room, at least dim light, and you see a giant panther-like creature with tentacles on its back. Immediately jumps at you. Immediately jumps at you. Everyone roll me initiative.
Woo!
I wasn't expecting anything like that.
Holy crap! A displacer beast. Yes.
I've never seen these things.
This is going to suck.
Very bad.
Oh no!
Initiative.
I was not prepared for you guys to come this way, actually. I thought you guys were going to stick on the first floor. Hold on.
We found stairs.
Yeah,
I was gonna do the state go north,
it's all right.
but then he started making it sound like I had to see.
This is the problem. Like, I give myself a 10 in charisma, but apparently the way that I play my characters is just so compelling.
All right.
And to be fair, DM, I completely forgot there was a different direction on the first.
Well, all right.
Once we started speculating, it was just...
Yeah, I gotta know what's down there. All right, Melvin, initiative me. Give me initiative.
24.4.
24.4. Andrew.
7.6. I rolled... Oh, wait! I'm a halfling! I can re-roll that. What am I doing? Gosh, any D20 test. That's much better. 17.6.
17.6. Jevon.
I've got to remember, nat ones. Just re-roll those suckers.
15 on the die.
15 on the die. Do you have a dex mod? Do you have a positive dex modifier? Or negative?
It's positive. I made sure if he went with my
Yeah,
suggestions.
it's a +1, so
So 16.
16.
0.1 is how we refer to it as, so that way it breaks ties.
Okay.
I knew it wouldn't help his armor class, but I figured it feels nicer having a +1 to initiative than a negative.
This is one of the more difficult fights that I have before the final boss too, so this will be excellent.
Yeah! This is... Oh, no!
This might be a TPK.
It might be. I know that.
I'm
well,
gonna
I
limit
say
it.
no.
I'm gonna lower it. I'm gonna lower it. I'm gonna lower the
I
health
have
that I
not.
gave it.
I have not looked through the new monster manual specifically, and I'm definitely trying not to meta knowledge too much. But as a player, I know the displacer beasts are known for being especially difficult to hit, and if its mechanics are what I think they are, unless we can like knock it prone or something.
It's incapacitated. It has to be incapacitated.
Oh dear lord, then yeah, my sneak attack is just shut down. My sneak attack is shut down for this fight.
Well, I mean, not necessarily, because if it is knocked prone, they would counter advantage disadvantage, and there's someone else next to it.
Right. Sorry. Right. Okay. Right. That's basically what I meant though. Was unless we can knock it prone. Yeah. If it pretty much has and
I'll ask because you don't know its initiative yet. Andrew, do you want to swap initiatives with anyone?
I think this is actually a situation where it's probably better for me to. Oh wait. Hang on. I rolled a 17 and.
You would. It's
Jarvan. You got.
Jarvan.
So.
Sorry, not Jarvan. Jevin.
16.1.
I'm just combining the two of you together. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I also have alert, and I think possibly me and him swapping.
So you think I should go first?
Or
you can't swap him.
Flat meg, yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Is alert what allows you to swap?
Yes.
Alert. Oh, okay.
Initiative swap.
Yeah, you get to So my thoughts are, you guys, like, you're literally in a form that just imposes prone if you can land a hit with that claw, no DC, and Jevin has ways to attempt to cause it to go prone, assuming he can get the hit in and whatnot.
I see what you're saying. Yep.
So yeah, I think it would be better for me to go last. Well, I say last, to go behind the two of you. I don't know when Kitty goes, but assuming I can, go before the Kitty can stand back up, but after you get to knock him prone, I've got a shot.
Fair.
Yeah, danger.
But I guess it's up to you. It's up to you two.
So I
was
going to say, Jevin, would you like to go ahead and trade? I don't mind taking up the rear in our personal initiative. Again, still don't know. All right.
So we're swapping Jevin and
Andrew. Yeah, I'm still riding on the back of the brown bear, so this will be fun.
All right. Very good. Then
I knew I should have taken the mounted combatant feat.
all right. Then Melvin will go first, and then Jevin, and then Andrew.
Alrighty. Since I'm in this form, there's nothing else I could do but step forwards and swipe, bite.
All right, you drop the torch.
Bite, swipe.
So you drop the torch
Sure.
on the ground.
That's fair. Shouldn't affect the lighting too much for this fight.
No, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about the aura. Just go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
I would be here.
Hold on.
Yep. Oh! Should have thought about this.
First roll is a 16.
You are at disadvantage.
That is the gimmick of these things.
Yeah.
14.
14 total.
Yes.
That will hit.
Of course, that's with the bite.
That's the bite. And then
So-
the claw with disadvantage is 15.
Really?
Yes. I
Interesting.
rolled a
Okay.
9 on the first one and a 10.
Okay. All right. Well, both of those will hit. So
What is that? Oi.
Sweet.
Oh wait, no, those are two different damage types. So
it's. I mean, it doesn't have
together.
it, with those two specific damage types aren't going to matter. So don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, 10 for piercing and 7 for slashing.
10 for piercing, 7 for slashing. All right, very good. And he is not prone, so he has back problems. Back problems. All right. That is your turn, unless you want to move off.
That's it. You may want to circle around to give Jevin a clearer path.
Here's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And it's 5 movement per space, right?
Yeah. Well, and diagonals will count double. I need to double check. I didn't do that. I'm not worried about it. You guys are. All right. Or maybe I did do it. All right. Then we will go to Javin. Is France.
I'm gonna go ahead and get right up in it.
All right.
And
Right up in the kitty.
that's right.
Uh-huh.
Meow.
And
Roll to hit. You have
I'm
advantage
actually-
because he's prone.
I am gonna go ahead and use the Warhammer.
Okay.
Try and pin it back into that corner with the push action.
Nice. Is it advantage or is it just advantage canceling disadvantage?
Oh, advantage canceling disadvantage. Thank you. So it's just a regular attack.
Okay. So that's a 10 on the die, 16 total.
16 total will hit.
It's a hit.
Yeah, 16 total will hit. Roll to 1.
I did roll a 1. So a good old 7.
That's damage.
It is
Yeah.
damage.
Oh. And you push it 10 feet straight away from you.
And he's still prone.
Yep.
You golf swinged him.
Yep.
And I think if I'm reading this correctly, can I do an action surge?
You can.
So while it's prone and been pushed back, I can go ahead and approach with another hit, correct?
Yes.
So rolling 15 on the die, so 21 to hit.
Well, you're at disadvantage still. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just a regular attack because he's prone. It's a regular.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
regular attack because
he has back problems.
my advantage is the elimination of his disadvantage.
Yes.
That's a 3 on the die, so that's going to give me a 9, right?
Yes.
Of damage.
Yes. I don't think I need to lower the health I gave this thing. You guys are doing
Well,
fine.
we'll see when it goes.
Yeah, I mean it's not
Right.
over. And you are in your second
am I
combat of the night
taking
with only
advantage
45
of the
minutes left.
situation by also doing the shield bash, since it's a complementary to an action.
Yes, but I don't think it would do anything for you. It's already prone, and it's pushed back as far as you can to the corner.
Yeah. I don't believe there's any rules as written for forcing movement into a wall. I know that there's usually people like to homebrew that stuff. I can double check that, but for now, probably best to just go with it wouldn't do anything in addition right now.
Yeah.
It's already prone. You can't prone it twice, and you can't move it any further because the wall is solid.
Okay.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think
it's
it would
still a very
probably-
useful turn that you just did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that I saw that action as soon as I was looking through the character sheet again. So I also still have movement. I only went 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yeah.
So, and then 5 to go forward. So I'm going to go back 2 and give myself a little bit more space to attempt to evade any potential attack. Not that it's really going to help me that much.
Okay. Well, before you do, I'm going to at disadvantage attempt to rend you. That is a 14 total, so I think you're okay.
Yeah, I'm armor class 18.
Okay. It did try to grab you and shake you about, but you made it. So, all right, you can move back. There you go. All right, very good.
Beautiful.
All
Let's go.
right, Andrew. you're up.
Yay! All right. So we're gonna whoop, hop down.
Oh.
No one is within 5 feet of it though, so
Nobody is within 5 feet, unfortunately. So I won't get sneak attack, but at least it's a straight attack. So that's something. So it's all right. Actually, no, because it's gonna stand up.
yeah. You
Yeah,
try
yeah.
and hold action.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe hold an action, but yeah, we'll just do the straight attack. But at least I got my shiny +1 short sword, so that's something.
Use it.
Not that I needed the +1 because that's an 18 on the die.
Yeah.
So +7, 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And no sneak attack, but 1d6. That's 5 plus 5 now because it's a +1 short sword, so 10.
Okay.
10 points, not bad.
All right, very good.
And we'll go with the nick attack because I might as well try to add as much extra as I can. That is, let's see here, a 13 to hit.
Okay. I'm sorry. No, that will not hit. No, yes,
Okay,
it
cool.
will.
So,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a glare on that page.
No, you're fine. That's for an additional 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action, disengage, and climb back on top of my bear friend.
All right. Do you want to do anything else with the bonus action? He's already used his reaction.
Oh, that's right. He did already use his reaction. I forgot. Opportunity attack. Well, shoot. In that case, climb on top of my bear friend. With if I'm hiding towards the back of the bear, would I be considered obscured?
No.
No. I'd have to get
But
off the
also,
bear.
what I'm going to say is that it costs an extra 5 feet to climb. Oh, you have a climbing speed.
I have a climbing speed though.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Then actually, I'll go ahead and climb on the other side of him.
Okay.
And now
I will allow that. Yes.
And now I'm going to bonus action hide.
All right.
At advantage. Natural 20 for a total of 28. I think that beats the DC 15.
But what I'm going to say, Andrew, is that because there's a lot more distance to cover peeking out here.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be able to unless I could maintain unbroken line of sight.
Right.
I get it.
There's a lot more distance here than there was on that last one, so I'm going to say that not acceptable for advantages. But you can avoid being detected and not get attacked.
That's exactly it. I'm like, I don't want to be like, let's go after the small guy, a snack.
Yum.
All right, then it is this Displacer Beast. He's going to stand up, which costs half his movement. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm still going to call you hidden.
Still can't see me.
Yeah.
Still can't see me.
And he's going to snarl. And as he's snarling, Torin, it looks like 2 or 3 different images come out at once. You can't actually tell which one he's coming from. So it's going to be difficult to tell. He doesn't have back problems anymore, though, so I'm going to get rid of that one.
He has displaced itself.
Yes.
He's going the name now.
Yeah. He's going to attempt a multi-attack. First, a rend. That is a natural 20. So,
no. Goodbye, guys.
2d10 plus 4. That is only an 11 points of slashing damage, though. But you are prone. You are prone, though.
So now you're the one that's
So now you have back problems. And then he's going to tentacle attack you, which will have advantage.
Oof.
That was smart.
That is a 14 and a 15 on the die for a total of 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that you will take, wow, a total of 14 points of piercing damage as he smacks you with his tentacle. How you doing?
I'm not doing very great.
Oh, okay.
But we're still kicking.
All right.
As a reminder, since I believe you're going to be up next, you can cast very specifically your circle spells while you're in your beast shape. And Cure Wounds is one of your circle spells. Putting it out there.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's important.
Well, and it is your turn now. That was the end of his turn, so...
Yeah. Most druids cannot cast while they're wild-shaped until they get to very high levels, but Circle of the Moon specifically gets... I believe they call it the... Gosh, what is it? It just says, in addition, you can cast the spells from this feature, the Circle of the Moon spells, while you're in wild-shaped form. So you can do Cure Wounds, Moonbeam, and Starry Wisp while you are wild-shaped.
I can. Well, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, what are you doing specifically? Cure wounds?
I'm going to cure wounds.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna upcast that one because things aren't looking great at all.
Okay.
So second level cure wounds.
I think it's only 3d8. Doesn't it only go up by 1d8 per level?
Increase by 2d8 for
Oh,
each
it is 2d8?
spell slot
Oh, they did
above
make it
1.
better. That is, so 4d8 for second level spell slot, plus your wisdom modifiers. Pretty good.
Yeah.
They really did just make healing spells so much better, which is another welcome change.
Best status is healthy.
Yeah, right? I mean, it used to be that healing felt almost like a waste of your action because of how
It
little it would do.
There was out in
That's gonna
combat
be
healing was done.
22.
So they've now made it far more
22?
palatable.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. I think you just gained all the damage I did to you that last round back. Which is good.
Pretty good, sir. Pretty good.
I'm assuming that's all I have.
Well, it's your action.
It's cure wounds is an action.
Yeah.
The bear doesn't have bonuses, so.
Not quite all the damage, but pretty close.
No.
So yeah.
You could.
I'm gonna stand up.
Ah,
Yeah.
darn it.
Stand up.
Darn it. I was really hoping you would forget about your back problems.
Now you could choose to end bonus action end your wild shape, and you would be able to occupy any of the 4 spaces you would normally occupy. So you could end your wild shape not next to the displacer beast, and then use the rest of your movement to get a little distance on yourself. It will reveal me, but that's fine. You know, I'm just giving you options that you could do. Then you could wild shape again to get yourself temp HP. Or you could decide to drop like a moonbeam on it, which would force saving throws, which aren't affected by the disadvantage of its mechanic, to my knowledge. I could be wrong about that. Like I said, I didn't read the stat block, but I thought it was specifically against attacks, not, saving throw spells.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I'm thinking, see what makes most sense. I think that tip might be needed, so I will do that and drop the wild shape.
Okay. Where do you want to go at? Where do you want to go to? Clearly right next to him, right?
Clearly up here.
Okay. All right, and of course it does reveal the halfling, but that doesn't matter right now. So.
Yep. I was hugging the bear, and I was like, oh, 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 oh.
You almost fell backwards.
Sorry.
All right.
That's gonna end it.
That's your end. Okay, very good. Then we will go to Monsieur Javin, and then Andrew, and then the Displacer Beast. I don't know which accents those names were in. I think Jevons was French, and then I think I was like in French West Africa at the end of that.
I'm kind of thinking I want to get back up, right up against it again, and go for the same attack.
I think you are a frontline fighter, and you should get up there.
Now,
So
do you want to go with the Warhammer again? Because remember, he's not prone, so your attacks will be at disadvantage.
That's a good point.
If you switch to your trident,
I
You
was
would be able to
just
use-
thinking I should do the trident because it's going to have a DC saving or a Constitution saving throw, and it's going to put in the prone condition if I'm able to hit it.
I was gonna say, yeah. So specifically, you still have to roll to hit it, so it's still disadvantaged to hit. But if
Right.
you do hit, it's a Constitution saving throw to try and knock it prone. And if that doesn't work, you can still attempt to shield bash, which
Shield
is just
bash.
again, which is a strength saving throw to try and knock. So you're giving yourself up to 2 chances to try and knock it prone.
That's true.
Now here's
Yeah,
the deal: are you dropping your warhammer?
Not dropping.
You have to.
Switching to. Oh, I have
Yeah,
to
no.
drop it?
Yeah. So you can draw or stow as part of the attack.
But
So
you
you would
can't
need
do
to
both.
drop the warhammer. You would be able, yeah. So you would need to drop the warhammer, but then you would be able to just draw the trident.
We can pick it up after.
I was gonna say we
Yeah.
can always pick it up.
We'll go ahead and just drop the Warhammer.
Unless you forget,
and,
in which case I'm not reminding you. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not going to forget
I will
the
remember
Warhammer.
for you.
I'm gonna write it down.
All right, so you drop the warhammer on the ground, you pull out a trident, and you go stabby.
Yep.
All right, so roll to hit first of all, and then what is it? Is it you have to hit and deal damage to cause the saving throw?
I believe so.
What you got?
2 on the die.
All right,
Um,
that's a middle.
Probably
finger.
not going to hit.
That was a
not gonna
disadvantage too, so
Fun fact: you don't actually have to cause damage, but you do need to hit.
you do need to hit.
Topple
Okay.
says if you hit a creature with this weapon, you can force it to make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it gets the prone condition. Whereas Vex specifically says hit and deal damage.
Okay.
So
All right, well
you
that
could
missed.
conceivably deal no damage and still topple it.
That missed. So
But you can now try the Shield Master,
Yep.
which so Shield Bash, which is just a saving throw, strength saving throw, I believe, DC 14. I think is what you said earlier.
Yes.
that is an 18 on the die.
Yeah. At least you tried. You tried.
15.
Well, you don't do anything.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah, you don't roll.
It
When you
forces
force-
me to
okay.
make the saving throw, which
okay.
I succeeded in. So,
Yeah.
Valiant attempts all around. No joy. Do you want to move away, or are you going to stand and deliver?
I'll move back 3 spaces.
Well, I'm gonna attempt to rend. Where were you standing
I do.
originally? You were here.
Yeah, right here.
Well, at the
Oh,
start of your
yeah,
turn.
Yeah, right where the bubble
So
that's where I
5,
started.
10, 15. And then I'm going to attempt to rend you. That is only a 10 total, though. So, as you were, sir.
Beautiful.
All right. That'll lead us to Andrew's turn. Andrew, you're exposed.
I am exposed. I'm exposed, and
Don't play
yeah,
around too much. That'll get you a ticket.
yeah, no. So, I'm going to actually go ahead and drop my short sword and dagger,
Okay.
and bonus action steady aim to grant myself advantage, and then with my attack use my short bow.
Okay. So, just a
So that
standard
will-
roll.
Standard roll, but that way I can do some amount of damage,
Mhm.
assuming I hit. Except at the 2 on the die. So, and the rules for steady aim state that I'm here. I cannot
You can't
use
move,
steady
yeah.
aim if can't move. I can't use it if I've already moved, and once I used it, my speed is 0.
Okay.
So,
Then it is Displacer Beast's turn. He's looking around at all of you. He's technically equidistant from, well, not equidistant, but this one is actually up there
it's weird
first.
that I would have rather rolled a nat 1 on that just because I'm a halfling. I'm like, man.
I am going to...
Roll a die! Probably. Or focus on somebody who's actually heard it.
I was going to say, what kind of a memory does this thing have for pain?
Well,
They're
'Cause
cunning. Displacer beasts are very cunning.
I put a pretty good whopping on it.
Which is why what he's gonna do, he's staring at all of you, and he's shifting the target. You guys are actually looking all to the left when suddenly a blur moves through the doors and he flees. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, he's gonna attempt something different.
I'm a skeptic person, and I don't like it.
I'm okay with this particular outcome.
I don't like it.
Well, I don't think we should chase it. Look, I'm a bit of a city slicker, but I know that even I've heard the phrase that a wounded animal is most dangerous.
For someone who knows animals, I would say yes, that is an accurate statement. Hey, do we remember?
Yeah. Now, my question to you guys is: are you chasing after it, or are you leaving this be?
I vote leave it be. There, as we're reminded, there is something on the first floor that we.
Right, we still got the first floor. There seems to be something in the corner worth investigating there. We just gotta remind ourselves.
In one room.
Yeah, as I say, he ran. So we know that there's an angry magic Teddy down here.
Yes.
And we can be better prepared for it next time.
Agreed. I think if we're going to do this, though, we should probably make this leap quick.
Right.
Agreed.
True. I'm all for grabbing our stuff, checking out that thing in the corner there. It's hard to make out in the dim light, but it looks somewhat box-like, and me treasure senses is tingling.
Are we still in?
If you guys are not pursuing, I'll let you guys drop comment.
Not pursuing.
I vote we let it run away.
Same here.
If that's what it's doing.
We'll fight it another day. We'll stay careful if it's trying to flank us, because there's the doors the other direction. For all we know, this thing's a big circle, so we pay attention. We have someone we be at the ready. We don't drop our guard entirely, and I'm gonna go check out the box.
All right.
I will go pick up the torch.
Pick up my short sword and dagger. Don't forget to pick up your warhammer.
I pick up my warhammer.
I think it would have been like over here somewhere.
Yeah. Pick up my stuff, and then
Yeah, technically speaking, the box was not actually in the light, but it's fine. I already revealed it. I forgot my own rule because he dropped it over here. We were looking at his aura and saying, "Oh, it's fine," but it's fine.
You're right. I'm sorry.
It's not a big deal.
Is the aura just for the bright light?
Yes.
Because the dim light should extend like
another 20 feet.
Like, yeah. Oh, only another. I was about to say, which should be.
Is it more? I thought it was
it's right about
20.
there.
I was about to say another 20 feet should be.
That's 45. That's outside the range. 20 and 20 is 40.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. Yeah, it is. So just outside. Never mind. Whoopsie.
Anyway. Ooh. Magnifico.
So I don't know about the box, but still wouldn't want to chase the wounded displacer beast.
Yeah.
It decided to leave us alone. Well, I'm okay with that. That said, we should investigate the rest of this room, I think. Real quick. Before beating it back up the apples.
See if there's anything down there.
See if there's anything down where? Down this way?
Perception from like this spot or anything that stands out.
What you can see is the bright light. Of course, you can see an open path. There is a additional 10 feet or so with a stone pedestal, with something on the pedestal, but you can't make it out in the dim light. It's. Let me see what I put there actually.
There's something tempting over here.
Is it shiny?
You say?
It seems to be.
Is it shiny?
It seems to be. It seems to be made out of brass or some type of or copper, perhaps. But there is something over here.
You said
Not
you saw something
super,
over
but-
here.
Just the timing thing right now. It seems like it's gonna be an issue because
What? I can't. I'm sorry. What was that?
I really want to go touch it.
Oh. Go touch it.
So, yeah. Well,
I
so from here, I can also tell that it seems to be somewhat brass or something, like possibly similar to the key that I found.
It's not a key. It's no bigger than the
Well,
palm of someone's hand, or you could hold it in your hand, and it seems to be a brass. It's brass something.
Right, brass something on top of the pedestal.
Correct, on top of the stone pedestal.
Right. Well, so I'll just have a quick look see. I
don't
think
forget
sending-
to check the floor.
Well, good point. I've
Yeah.
already fallen through once, so paying extra careful attention to the floor, but also knowing that this place is trapped. We're also going to take a look at the walls and ceiling. So go head on swivel, keeping very careful attention to really keep a lookout for any traps.
All right,
Fool me once,
maybe a perception check.
whatnot.
Flat Nag, I
There
think
we go.
just keep
19.
out
All right, you're very
Or this.
confident. You're very confident.
Panther coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear
Oh, yeah.
every time you hear a growl, you're like, "What was that?"
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So, could I get just a little more light? Maybe I should just light my own torch. Thank you. Do I get a better idea of what this brass thing is?
So with the light in there, what you're not getting a whole lot of detail because it's still like it's in the center. It is a kind of octagonal brass casing, and in the center of it is a crystal, not a full crystal ball, but more like a opal. What's the word I'm looking for? Like too hyperbolic, Oval. Oval is not an opal. Oval is what I'm thinking of.
Gotcha.
Where it's circular from like a top-down view, but it's slightly bulged out on top.
So somewhat oblong.
Oblong, exactly. Perfect, thank you. And it's encased in
Right.
brass.
It's encased in brass. So does it look like there's a lock on this brass case?
No.
All right. I'm going to examine the pedestal as best I can and where this brass case is sitting to see if there's any sort of triggers, traps, some sort of pressure plate, something like that. I'd hate to grab this thing and have something horrible happen to us immediately.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Hey, investigation. I'm slightly better at that. That's a 22.
Okay. You see no obvious triggers. In the light, you're able to determine things. As best as you can tell, this thing has no mechanisms to it whatsoever. You check the floor underneath it as well, just to make sure. As best as you can tell, this is this is decorative.
Right, gents. Well, so far as I can tell, there's nothing. Pardon me. There's nothing paint with this, so try go. This looks like it might be a fun little trinket. Could get some money for it. I think we should go ahead and grab it.
Get it, Locke.
All right.
Oh, also, I should mention that you feel airflow from where you're standing. I should mention that. Just
Oh. All right. That said, when we're a little more certain of the security of the area, we should investigate this place further. I'm feeling some air from somewhere. Could be a hidden wall or something. Could be wrong. But with old tentacle face wandering out there, I wouldn't want to spend too much more time here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the the brass case, the oblong object inside the brass case. Is it terribly large or heavy, especially for a halfling? Or
No.
Okay.
Probably 2 pounds.
Okay, gotcha. Easy enough. Go ahead, put it in my bag. Right then. Let's head back to the room where we had ourselves a bit of a scare. See if there's anything else, but then we probably want to head back up quick as we can. What happened to me? There I am. I was like, I phased out of existence.
No one wants to chest.
Okay. Hello. What's that down there?
I'm searching. I'm just looking around.
Yeah. I was like, now that he's bringing the light close enough, what's that in the corner? All right. One more thing to look at, I think, before we make a getaway. What am I looking at here?
That is It is a wood chest with iron bands. It is latched but not locked.
Latched but not locked. All right. Oh, that's a bit suspicious there. Hang on, gents. Let me give it another look-see. You never know what nasty surprises there might be. And I'm going to search it for traps.
Roll initiative as it's a mimic. I'm just kidding.
I knew it.
My brain was just like, please don't.
Perception check, I assume?
Yes, let's call it a perception check.
Okay.
I kept
18.
going back and forth in my head.
Yeah. As you see it, you don't see any traps on it. It doesn't seem like it's on a pressure plate. There doesn't seem to be any wires attached to it. Do you go ahead and try and open it?
I would like to try and open it.
Okay. With the light, you're getting a good angle. There doesn't seem to be any wires on the inside of it as you're lifting it up carefully. Eventually, you make the decision that it's clear. You go ahead and open it. And inside, you guys find... where am I at? There I am.
Another dimension.
A needle. You alright?
Yes.
I said needle and you got pricked. A single stainless steel needle that certainly gives you the sense of magic. And a potion. A red potion. Does anyone have Arcana?
I don't believe I have it as a proficient skill.
Okay. Anyone? I'm gonna, even if you don't have proficiency with it, I'll say anyone who wants to make an Arcana check may.
I'll attempt it.
And as well for the needle. Anyone? Go ahead and make one Arcana check for everyone, and I'll tell you if you notice anything.
That's a 14. Total.
That's a 3. I don't know what these are.
13 on the die, so it's a 12 after my -1.
Okay, all of you notice that the red potion is certainly a potion of healing. I'll even say that you're able, with the light and everything, to determine that it's a potion of greater healing.
Ooh. Nice.
The second potion is an orangish liquid, and it looks like there's smoke in the space between the liquid, the empty space between the liquid and the top of the vial. You can't make a determination of what it is. You know what? I didn't account for this. I'm just gonna tell you guys what these items are. I just don't want to have to deal with it. You have a barrier tattoo. That's what the needle is.
Oh, interesting.
A rare barrier tattoo, which would give whoever takes it an AC of 15 plus their dexterity.
Oh.
A greater healing potion, and a potion of fire breathing.
Oh my gosh.
How long does social fire breathing last?
I will have to double check it, but I believe it's 1 hour, and you have 3 fireballs, or 3 fire attacks that you can make within that 1 hour. So it's up to.
That sounds right.
It's up to a time frame. I want to say 1 hour or 3 charges.
We can double check the DM.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere, but we got time.
Right, gents. This seems like a good little hole. Let's go ahead, grab these real quick. Head upstairs back to let's head back to that main and kind of the entrance area as we kind of discuss what to do. That's my vote.
Second.
A second
Okay.
All right.
or third.
All right. Anyone doing?
So we would like.
Yeah, just going back up.
Yep, going
Yes.
back up to where we believe it's relatively safe.
Okay.
The beginning of all.
Yeah. Torin, you're suddenly big again.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, jeez.
And here's what, gents, we're getting close. We're not going to do any other activities, but I will. Let's go ahead and make a decision on what you want to do, so we can get it prepped.
Right. So here's my thoughts. I'm at just above half health. I don't know how everybody else is doing health-wise. Jacob, I'm trying to remember what you were wanting the limitations on short rests to be.
I didn't have a limitation on short rest necessarily. As
right.
long as they're like, if we get problematic with it, I'll let you guys know. But I mean, you guys have engaged in 2 fights now.
Yeah.
Like,
I was thinking a short rest wouldn't be a bad idea, especially since I think something like the barrier tattoo would require the short rest to quote unquote attune
That's
and
correct.
use. And we could say that offline we'll discuss who should get what, and then we'll apply that during the short rest. I think is what we should do.
Well, I'll tell you, there was one person who put the barrier tattoo on their wish list, and that's probably who should get it.
I don't think I did, so that must be you, Torin.
That was
I
me.
assume. Yeah, there we go.
I say you get it.
That is an interesting choice. Especially, yeah, that we should talk. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but we should talk. All right.
I'm also down for a short rest. It's going to give me a second wind and an action surge back for the next round.
Yeah, and you can spend some of your hit dice to heal up during the short rest.
Yeah.
So that's our vote.
Okay. Short rest. Let's just go ahead and say the short rest occurs. Where do you guys want to go down from? Where do you guys want to go there? Do you go explore the first floor or go back to the second?
I would say next episode we should continue exploring the first floor, because second floor would be scary.
Okay.
We know that there's an angry kitty down there.
All right. Continue exploring.
My Mario learning.
Oh, you want to continue exploring right now?
We should go to level 2.
We should go to level 2. Yeah, apply the barrier tattoo if you're doing that.
All right. So, DM, are you allowing the barrier tattoo to operate while he's in wild shape?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, anything I'm wearing can form into the wild shape and still be usable.
Yeah, and still be usable.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see here. You choose. In addition, you choose whether your equipment falls in your space, merges into your new form, or is worn by it. Worn equipment functions as normal, but the DM decides whether it's practical for the new form to wear a piece of equipment based on the creature's shape and size.
Yeah, this is a tattoo on his skin.
Yeah, and so that would make sense.
I would have. Yeah, I'd already figured that I would be allowing that. So. But when you change forms, your dexterity will affect.
Right, because right now your combat wild shape allows you to have an AC of 13 plus your wisdom if it's higher than what your form would be.
Yeah. So this would be 15 plus whatever the dexterity of his form is.
Right. So you basically would have 2 different ways to calculate your AC in wild shape form, and you'd have to figure out which one is higher at any particular time.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys.
A rare.
Yeah, it's the rare version, so it's 15 plus dex. And I do want you
That's
guys
really nice.
Go ahead and keep exploring.
All right.
If you're going to the right. If you're going downstairs, I guess keep exploring.
Right. Yeah, I gotta hang on. Gonna roll me some hit dice here.
Okay.
Just D8.
Is anyone else expending hit die?
I'm going
to. I'm at half health. So.
trying to remember
So
what's. I'm a D8.
Oh yeah, I'm glad I decided to spend 2. So that's 9 plus 5 is 13.
14.
That
9 plus 5 is 14.
you're right. It's 14. Still, that brings me up to max.
Okay.
So
Jevin, are you expending any?
I am. I rolled a 5.
Okay, so it's 5 plus your Constitution.
Okay, so plus 2, it's going to be 7.
Okay. And then you can do another one if you'd like.
I think that's going to be fine.
Okay.
oh,
That's going to bring me
I
just under
expended-
my full, like my max.
Okay.
okay.
1 for 11, which brings me back to 4.
Nice.
All right.
Didn't realize that was going to put it into the Roll20 chat. That's weird. Okay. I was just trying to update my hit dice, and it's like, cool.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Got to get used to these. Yeah, I got to get used to these 2024 sheets.
All right. Well, there's your hit die expended. You guys are going to the right, so I'll let you guys move.
And Torn, I think since you took a short rest, I think you get a use of wild shape back.
Mm-hmm. And you're
I
and
was just
also
reading it.
your one
I
use.
think it's long rest.
Oh, is it only on the long rest?
Well, Jevin, your one use of second wind that you used, you get that one back.
Yes.
Okay.
But I also... Don't I get the second wind and the action surge both back?
I believe so. I believe action surge comes back. Well, you can double check.
Yeah.
Action surge.
It's out for sure.
I had
or
forgotten
long
you
rest.
used action
Yep.
surge actually.
Yep.
That's how I...
Yeah, so you get
got
action
my
surge
hit.
back. Yep, you get your second one that you used back, and yeah, Torin or it's for wild shape. You regain 1 expended use whenever you finish a short rest, and all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So
Okay. I'll have to find where that's here. But I believe you.
Yeah.
You're,
I was looking in the book. So
Yeah.
Right. Well, we got a little bit
So
of
I'm
time
just-
left. So
yeah, I'm back.
carefully exploring in this direction.
Mm-hmm. You kind of got an idea, at least of the hinges. You don't see any of the hinges that you're looking for.
Right.
I would say you're okay, and you're okay. As you're getting on,
Did anyone?
What's the long haul?
Oh. Got another fork. Okay. Uh-oh.
There it is.
I hear children beginning to melt down.
yeah, we're almost done. You guys are close to something that I want you to get to, and then we'll.
All right. Anything further down? Up,
Not with
north?
yeah. If he moves the light and he
Oh,
pokes it around the corner,
right.
There's a wooden door down this way, similar to the ones you guys saw downstairs.
At the risk of asking too much, would the DM like us to check out the wooden door before we end for the evening, or was that not your intention?
No, I mean, you guys figured out. We got a couple minutes here. I'm not walking you through it.
It's similar to the doors downstairs. I checked them like I did the ones downstairs for any traps, locks,
Okay.
other
got it,
such
buddy.
impediments.
Yeah, go ahead and make a what I say perception check.
Was it perception?
Yes.
Yeah. 17.
Okay. And similarly,
Ooh.
kind of creaking the door open a little bit. You don't see any tripwires. You don't see anything on the inside and outside. Go ahead and if you want to swing it.
Yep. Swing it open, but being ready in case there's another demon cat.
Yeah. All right. Swing it open. And it creaks. And light enters in. There are 2 figures.
Ooh, that was a good sound.
That was a good sound. with the dim light, you can see two figures standing over the remains of what appear to be corpses. And they turn around, munching on pieces of the decaying flesh. And they drop them, and they start ambling towards you guys. And that is where we will end for the night.
Great.
Oh gosh.
All right,
You know what?
gentlemen.
I'm beginning to say I'm going to start swearing off all doors. Like 75% of doors have just been no good in this dungeon.
You don't get anywhere without opening a door.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for the first session of our dungeon crawl here. Got a lot of progress made. We will start with combat next time. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss the next episode. For Andrew, Melvin, and Jevin, thank you guys so much for watching. We are Fairly Adventurous, average guys playing tabletop RPGs. A link in the description will be to my main channel, Fairly Critical. A link will be in the description to Andrew's channel, Papa Pandawan. But otherwise, thank you again for hanging out with us, and you have a blessed rest of your day, night, however you're watching this. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.